Good afternoon, good evening. I am your friendly neighborhood bottom fragger, Smokey, and alongside me is my good friend Malding Mike and our lovely observer tonight, Nexus. How are you doing tonight, Mike?
I am absolutely pumped up to enter the playoffs here in the Counter-Strike Confederation. I have been, just scratching, waiting for the next game I can watch. I can be here in the scene, live action coming to me, you, and the Counter-Strike Confederation as a whole. And let me tell you, we have quite the games tonight. What are we working with, Smokey?
Ladies and gentlemen, quite the games indeed. Tonight we have the Dragons on the Premier League taking on the Ooze Crew. They have faced off twice before so far this season. The Ooze Crew winning both of their matchups. Let's see, at a 7-13 win for the Ooze Crew and a 13-2 win for the Ooze Crew, respectively. So, uh, outside's looking in on the Dragon side, but we'll see if they can put up a good fight tonight. It is a best of three.
We
But the
love those.
one, well, absolutely, God, I love best of threes. Best of
We don't
ones,
get them enough.
yeah, we don't get enough best of threes. And also, interesting pick, they didn't ban Ancient. They faced Uzgru faced Dragons both times this regular season at Ancient and lost both, and they didn't ban it. That is, in my opinion, absolutely mind-boggling. I honestly I don't understand unless they were like because the only other maps that the Ooze Crew have won at was Nuke. So do they ban Nuke first? Have they
Well,
been practicing Ancient?
I'll tell you. Okay, Smokey, I'll tell you. I think I know what's going on here, okay? You don't pick a map you've lost twice on unless you're ready. And I mean ready. I mean like I'm talking like they just got off the scrim. Like they just finished scrimming for 3 hours. They're ready to go. Because I'll tell you what, if we know one thing about Ooze Crew, they have been dominating in a sense. You have 6 wins to 4 losses. They've kind of cleared. We see a lot of close games in their recent analytics, but with the Dragons, we see slightly better statistics. However, it seems like they heavily rely on a few maps. Most of their wins coming out on maps like Inferno, Ancient, Anubis. I mean,
Yeah, I'm looking
sorry,
here
not
at Dragons right now.
yeah.
Three of their four wins have come from Inferno alone. Their only other lone win, coming from Anubis. The last two games they played were against Owls over on Nuke and Dragons at Ancient. Both were losses. The Dragons Ooze Crew's very lopsided 13-2, but they did hold their own against Owls, an 11-13 loss at Nuke.
Yeah.
Let's see
And
here.
And something to mention is, I mean, both these teams are just, yeah, this is just exciting. Dragons may not have the same record, but like I said, when we're looking at statistics, and you know me, Counter Strike Confederation, if you do, if you don't, I love statistics, okay? And they are speaking words to me that no one else understands. I am hearing the tongues of the sweet analysis, and I am
You heard it
getting,
here, folks. He hears the numbers. They speak to him. I think
call me
also
Mason.
Dragons may not have a competitive edge on paper to some, but I feel like with them outsiders looking in, they're gonna pull out the weird strats, especially with this being the first BO3 of the playoffs. The world is their oyster. They've probably, especially since they didn't ban um, Ancient, like you said, they've probably been practicing super hard. They said, let's take them to their own turf. We'll cook up some magic
Mhm.
and see where it takes us. And no matter what, I think we're going to be in for a good BO3 tonight.
Yeah. And, regardless of what happens, I'd love to go 3 maps. I'm ready. I don't know about you, Smokey, but when I sit down here, I hope that I get to do 3 maps of Counter Strike because watching these teams, especially at this tier in Premier, it is just an absolute pleasure as always.
A
And
gold
and
mine,
I'd
a
like to
gold
think
mine
that
indeed.
I'd like to think that we'll have a wide berth of viewers tonight. A lot of people looking forward to how this season is going to wrap up, especially this early in the playoffs, especially in such a promised tier that is Premier here. But what we're seeing right now, they're warming up. We're getting into the game soon here. So for now, I mean, where let's put money where our mouth is. Okay, not actual money, but respect. All right, I'll lose respect for you if you're wrong. You lose respect for me if I'm wrong. Okay,
All good, all good.
where are you going? Ooze Crew, or are you taking Dragons tonight? Because I know where I'm going. I would put everything I have on this.
I am going to say it's going to go to 3 maps, but I will give the edge out to Ooze Crew. Ooze Crew has just, in my opinion, looked a little more dominant overall across the entire season. Their score lines have looked very promising, in my opinion, and I'm going to go with Ooze Crew. I will say, now with the first map being Ancient, Dragons did win against Shogun in match day 7, 13-8 on Ancient. So I would set, or I should say Anubis, 13-8 on Anubis. So I will give them, I'll give it a 2-1 in favor of Ooze.
2-1 in favor of Ooze. Well, now that you chose Ooze, I guess I kind of have to choose the Dragons. But
You don't
I
have
was
to,
I
brother.
was gonna choose I was gonna choose Ooze Crew, but you kind of ruined that for me. But you know
Oh
what? I
my
believe in the
goodness.
Dragons now. Okay, Smokey, I believe that they're gonna take it
You're one
all
of
the
those guys
way.
that has to be different now, don't you?
No,
That's
no, I don't have to
crazy.
be. I actually believed. It's a punt fake, okay, and you got faked. All right. So I
Okay.
think the
Okay.
ratings better. I think the players across the board are just, they provide more impact on these maps. And you know what? I think Anubis is going to be an absolute smoke show for the Dragons. I think they're gonna have an early start. I think, you know what? They've won a lot on Ancient. Okay. I think they're gonna win some more. Okay. I think 2-0 Dragons. Stamp it, send it,
2-0 Dragons. Okay, bold predictions,
put it
bold
in.
predictions. But we love the bold, we love the brave. Absolutely indeed. Let's see here. And for tonight, looks like Dragons are going to be starting Bango, Solstice, Duramax Danger,
Duramax Danger is crazy, bro.
Duramax. Now I'm just realized Duramax Danger, Warren G. Farting, interesting name, and Rengar. And for Usker, we have Ernesto, Bones, the X Factor, Bonmi Bandit, and Space Monkey.
That
Now,
might be
who
the
would,
best group of names on a
goodness
Counter-Strike
gracious.
Confederation team I've ever seen. I'm not gonna
I
lie.
love it. Gotta love it. Now, who would you say are going to be some of the more standout for each of the teams? You'll
Right.
only have
So
to pick one or two.
no, I'll start with Ooze Crew because I've had the pleasure. Well, I mean, we're getting into it, but it's Ernesto. Okay, so keep an eye on him. But we're gonna be going live here. We are entering the game, ladies and gentlemen. At round 1, Dragons versus Ooze Crew. Duramax Danger with a skeleton knife, putting his his finger through that little hole.
Hey, yo. A nice stack over towards B. Bonnie giving him a nice little util entrance. Boom, boom, boom. Pop the smoke. Pop this.
We have
They're just
begun
going to
here.
flood it in.
Yeah, Bomb getting
Rengar
down
with a good
early,
kill.
but
Rengar with a
Rengar's looking
double.
so clean.
Rengar with a triple. Solstice gets one. Oh my goodness. And it's all up to the X Factor. Can he be the X Factor?
Oh my
He gets
God.
one, not quite two. Strong start. Strong start.
Strong start, no doubt. I thought we might have seen the X Factor, and I'm not talking about the player, but the X Factor of the X Factor. Just absolutely coming out huge there with 3 kills, maybe finding a 4th, cleaning up for a 5th, and then keeping that bomb down for a 1st for the Ooze Crew. But it's not going to happen. Instead, we're going to see the Dragons, Ragnar, just absolutely going sicko mode with that
ADR of
USP. 2
300.
beautiful taps.
Please keep that for the rest of the game, Rengar, please.
If
Make
he
me
does,
put my money where my mouth is.
if he does, then I was right all along. That's all I'm saying. Okay. And I
Oh, no,
never had
no
any
doubt, brother, no
doubts.
doubt.
No doubts.
Looks like it's going to be a 2-1-2 split, one down the middle and 2A, 2B. Aggressive towards A main, poking out both of them. X Factor holding the T stairs. I like this reserve. Oh, and Space Monkey is down for the counter. Bones takes down Rengar in return.
A lot of aggression in this B main area here, but Bomb's going to be down in the elbow to T spawn. A lot of movement through T stairs here. Duramax Danger has found himself in the danger, but the X Factor
Yeah,
not
everyone knows
expecting
there.
to
Oh
push.
no, the flick on him.
That's
Absolutely
tragic.
nasty. It leaves them in a 2v2 though, and they know they're probably going to be pushing towards A. Give some util for the teammates, and they're just going to buy the time. They have about a minute left, so they can play around, see if the CTs can expend some of their util.
Might be
Nuke.
cooking a little bit here. Look how much they've pulled over to the A site, but the bomb's going to be over towards this B site, and this is not exactly the situation you want to find yourself in if you are a Dragon, as Bomb Me Bandit has pushed up, looked for any sort of aggression, and is now going to shimmy their way over
Yeah,
towards this
Solstice
B
already on
site.
the rotate.
Calling it quick, but look how much space hasn't been found for once.
Yeah, I'm just surprised X Factor has taken so much time to get over to the site. They burned all their util, at least on the opposite side, and now they're ready for him.
Look at that pre-fire coming out of Bango, looking for anything.
Clear
Solstice
the
pops
smoke.
the smoke and finds
Oh
two.
my goodness.
So clean from Solstice. Just an absolute unit entering this game here, especially on round 2. The force is not going to work out for this Ooze crew, but let me tell you, Solstice coming in with the strats early, showing the dominance in such a clean kit at that. I mean, I'm just an Ursus enjoyer, and I was since the day I was born.
No doubt about that. And I like the play from both sides. I just wish that X Factor had pushed towards the B side a little bit quicker. And instead of letting their A fake util run out and then giving them the time to pull back out all the way through CT and pretty much be on top of them by the time bomb gets planted.
To be fair, it is notable to note that, you know, you have to be careful. Obviously, you're going to be expecting some sort of flank, some sort of information play. I mean, playing it by the books is going to be tough, but look at the start to this round.
And they're going to eat them alive over there. Arnett's getting 2 and X Factor getting 1. Solstice takes down the one that lags behind. It's going to be a 2-on-3. Space Monkey getting 1. No, that's Bango getting Space Monkey. So it's going to be a 2-on-2 for the retake. Very possible. They don't have any util, though. That's going to really mess things up. Bango's got all the util left in the server, pretty much. They got a flash and a smoke, so they can't do a little bit of a fancy 1-2 execute here. Anyway, they're going to dry peek it.
An ideal setup. X Factor finds Solstice. Bango returns, and look at that
Oh
spray!
my goodness!
Holy moly, Bango's on fire. Bingo, bango, bongo. I think we're in the Congo. And by the
We
Congo,
are, in fact, the Congo. Oh, no.
the Congo right behind Bango, because that man is on fire, and I'm going where he's going.
My goodness gracious. What a match. And here I am eating my words. 3-0. Dragons up.
I said an absolute smoke show was in order, and Smokey, you should know something about him with that name. Let me tell you, this guy, this team, these players are here to play. Durmax Danger taking a little bit of damage from a teammate. Maybe a little bit of infighting to start off this game here, but Bango's starting with a pretty normal mid. A nade goes out. Banh Mi Bandit probing the smoke, putting a molly outside of doors is what it seems to be, and that's exactly where it's going to go.
They're going to do a nice quick push up through mid. Don't quite get the smoke pick. Space Monkey gets 1. Can he get 2? He gets 2. Both Durmax Danger and Bango go down for the count. Ragnar and Solstice. Solstice going to hold site. Ragnar going to go for the quick rotate.
These heroics from Space Monkey are absolutely critical to winning this round. It would be so hard to throw away with the advantage you found, as now 2 smokes on B. Solstice trying to hold it together. He'd have to pop off. Banh Mi Bandit finds Warren, and now Solstice trapped in such a bad spot. Ernesto clearing. This is a full take. Your best bet is to save it with Solstice on site. He finds 1. Can he get 2? Yes!
He gets 2.
1 more bullet. He reloads, goes for more, and it's not going to work out.
Solstice with a quick rotate, not good enough, and that gives 1 to Ooze crew. It was just such a perfect execution on the B site, dragging them up just a little bit over from towards the A site, and then just boom, the 3-man smash, and then split through the canals. My God, what a play!
Yeah, what a play indeed. The last time I saw 3 men smashing the way they did in that B site, well, it wasn't on Counter-Strike, but I'll tell you one thing. A tactical timeout's going to come out. They're going to want to stop this momentum that's been found, and I'm not really sure if they can see this, but our producers struggling to figure out some stuff.
Trying to get the X-ray mode on. And it's interesting to show that they're up 3-1, but their bank account is looking pretty dry, all things considered. They're up 3-1, but it's been a couple expensive rounds for them. So it's going to be the AWP and the MP9, and everybody else just pistols. A little peek towards mid with Bango, no fruit. Solstice got the AWP over towards A, man. I like that pixel peek. And his shot misses.
You know, after seeing After seeing Solstice with a rifle, I really don't know why he has an op in his hands, but you know,
We'll
sometimes,
see. We'll see if he can redeem himself later.
yeah.
They heard Rengar burn over there, so I know there's at least one still on Bravo site.
The repeat is crazy here.
Repeat is crazy. Do they know there's only one or two at mid? Looks like T-side is going to slow themselves down. Regroup, reorder. Bones with a nice little peek out towards dark. Now, they can all do this full execute.
Yeah, this B split's going to happen. But with this many players towards mid, it would be so easy to stop. You just have to hope that Ragnar gets one kill. Playing such an interesting position.
He needs to kill at dark. He needs to take down Bones at least. Not quite.
Oh my god!
No shot with Solstice, and Warren does take one.
He's so good.
Solstice with two. And not quite for the third. Now, it does leave an interesting 2v2 on the retake. Warren has an AK now picked up. Durmax has an MP9. Factor and Nesta with both their AKs. Not a lot of util between the two teams. And they're going to get the one pick. Arnesta with a nasty headshot. Now, do they go for the And, ooh, no. Warren farting gets him. And then he knows he's there, so he's just going to have to go for the defuser, fake it. Oh, he's waiting. He's going to wait him out.
Oh, no.
This is the pick. He doesn't have time.
Gets the kill, though. Gonna be able to save the AK. Shooting bodies on round 4. Ladies and gentlemen, sorry, round 5. That is one hell of a thing. Warren farting, making his stance known. And I don't know about you, Smokey, but when I shoot bodies in my game, I think of it as instant bad juju. You're losing the game. And you know what? I hate to say it.
I'm not going to say it's instant bad juju, but I will say it's... You got to check yourself, man. You're still down one round. You've won your second round as T, but you're down 3-2. You've already had to use attack timeout. And while their bank account's not looking terrible, if they lose this round, they don't have a lot of money to play with. Looks like Dragon's going for another save. Warren with just the AK, everybody else with the pistols. Bango
Hero AK, and it's going to be located here on A, so it's in the right spot. The speed of this push is coming straight through. A lot of util to work with. Bango finds one against Space Monkey, and he's kind of separated this push. The bomb goes down. He's bought a little bit of time for this rotation. As they start to filter through, Warren baiting so hard, trying to get the perfect engagement with this AK, and he's going to find one, but X Factor cleans up nicely. Ragnar and Bango now left in the clutch. So much weight on their shoulders to work through this one together. An AK in both. The question is, do you save? Sorry, an AK on just Ragnar.
Bango's going to go for the exit, and he's going to take the AK. I don't blame him one bit. If he can sneak in, grab a kill, that'll be great.
You know, I've been watching Bango for a while. He could get them all. I've seen it. He's got this.
He's get the 3v1?
He's got it. Watch. One.
He's got one.
No, I literally read the script. Watch. All right, never mind.
Looks like they went a little off script on this one.
Well, you know what? You can't rely on them to do it always, okay?
Terrorists win. What's your opinion on the charms?
You know, man, you can only put one on, right?
I think so.
Yeah, that's maybe a mistake. I want a Christmas tree, okay? That's all I ever wanted. I want to shake my gun around, and I want it to lag my game.
I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of them. I'm just straight up.
I think it steals. I think they didn't make any good ones. I think that's the problem. They made like these little gimmicky ones, but like
they're freaking Mighty Beans, dude. It's Mighty Beans.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't like it.
You know what I mean? Like there's a beauty to skins. You know, like you look at a Inheritance right now or a Dragon Lore, right? You want to emulate that beauty. You want to make it better, but you can't because all you got was my cool fucking Mighty Bean. You know?
Yeah, you got a fucking Mighty Bean. Spam goes through, not good enough. He's flashed. Space Monkey takes down Bango. Solstice going to rotate through to CT, maybe try to get a pick. Ernesto's right on his tail. Both of them with their pants down and their wiener out, looking at mid. He's going to get one, might get two.
Solstice shut down. That op not coming in where it's came so many times. Warren G farting now peeking. And this B main gets pushed out by the Molly, looking towards dark, but Banh Mi Bandit has read just how open this A side is. Two players in such good spots to stop the rotation. This is another save, and this is a 4th round. unless something crazy can happen. Ragnar spots out, but he's not going to get the shot. Flash to stop the push, and this is just signs of your tail between your legs.
Yeah, between your legs, indeed. But it's interesting. They're just now arming the bomb. I don't know. It's a little bit of miscommunication earlier. They're just waiting to see what happened with the pushes and anti-pushes.
They
But
left
it's
the
kind
bomb.
of
That's what it was.
yeah.
Top of T stairs.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, just you both got AKs. You got to save it out, and I mean, I don't blame them. It'll be 4-3 at the end of the day, but three to start for the first 6, especially on CT. Not a bad deal. Space Monkey is going to go for a little bit of a hunt. I don't blame him one bit. Now, does he dry push through the smoke? No, it doesn't look like. It looks like he's going to turn around and just chill out for the time being. Let the bomb run its course.
Yeah, definite save here. And with that in mind, that's a 4th round on the board for the Ooze crew. Big Slime coming in huge, coming in large, with so much momentum. This is something, I mean, I would like to see another tag timeout. They used one early, but we saw no changes in gameplay. Nothing really working out here. The op falling flat in mid. I mean, you have what seems to be, I mean, they're forcing back into it. Solstice picks up a buy, and actually, you know what? They do have enough money for this full buy here. We'll see what they can do. We'll see if they can work it out, figure out how to make this work. But so far, this Ooze crew, ever since they got onto rifles, they have just, apart from that 3rd round, they've just been absolutely destroying.
Yeah, they started the game a little bit of stumbling, maybe a little tipsy, but ever since they started running, they haven't stopped. And it's shown with their exits and their push through the A and B side. Space Monkey taking a little bit of chip damage in the beginning. Huge area. A little bit of smoke spam, a little bit of cheat angles. I already brought him time.
Oh, it's going to lift it right past Bones. Found the base. Not going to get Ragnar. Block on the side. Bones now going out. Ragnar. Bones still has help to work with. And it's just an absolute catastrophe across the board. Both sides.
Trades in, trades out. Now they know there's going to be 2 over here. So that leaves one left on the side, but he's going to go for the rotate. X Factor butting his and Ernesto's absolutely punished. That leaves Bon Me Bandit headed straight to the B side. Nice little cheeky smoke pop. I love this patience by Solstice, just waiting. And they leave him out to dry. Can he get the double? Not quite, but that leaves X Factor very lit.
Ooh, and that's going to position him right where they want you.
Yeah.
That long player, Warren, can now creep up, and you're looking at a double peak if it's timed well, and you got to expect these players.
20 seconds. He's got a plan.
At the best of their ability, and finally we're seeing Dragons fire back, clap back, claw back into this game. And no doubt about it in my mind that they chose this map for a reason. We will see, I would assume, on their T side what exactly that means. But if they can pull a good half out of the hat, that would be ideal for this Dragons team.
I feel like this has already been a pretty good half. 4-4. It's been pretty come and go for the blows on either team. Both had to save a little bit. Honestly, 4 on CT side, whenever you're starting out on Anubis, I wouldn't be mad. I would say if you can get 5 or even 6, total game changer. Total game changer. But I wouldn't be mad if I even came out with just 4 or 5 at the end of this half. CTs and Ts both biding their time. Playing slow. Looks like they're going to go towards A site through A main. That would be their best choice. Just Duramax over there on the site.
Great positioning for Space Monkey. Such an off angle, undecided. Sorry, not undecided, just unexpected position. Look at that. He's finally going to activate. Finds Bango. Duramax Dangerous with the trade out, but this A site has completely capitulated with that push out of camera, and that is not a good look. A 4v4 retake. Gotta hope that you have heavy control, and here's going to be Warren G farting. Finding the space, but look how much nade damage he just took. He has to get this kill on Bones if he wants any chance for this round.
I'll let Smoke Scream is going to do any good. You got to get
such
this. You got to get this over.
Great molly.
Great molly.
Push him. Warren's ready for it.
They've got it. It's there to lose. 2v3.
Oh wow, so close. This game is actually phenomenal.
Take it 1, take it 2. Good trades on both sides. Dragons take 5. And their economy's looking really good to end the half right now.
No doubt about it. A great economy. And honestly, a lot more momentum out of these Dragons. We saw for a while they were in a bad rut there. They've kind of dug themselves out of it. And now we're hoping to see Dragons continue this absolute domination of this Anubis CT side. I mean, that retake looks so confident. And in fact, I'm not worried if they're not on site anymore with the way that looked. Warren used perfect protocol to clear that pillar. Played his timings very well. They waited on the smokes, and it just worked out. Look at this A rush, though.
I feel like they
Max danger.
They're just going to go balls to the wall with some Tech 9s. Chaos across all sides is going to be a 2v4. Bones only with, 2 hit points.
That might have been the worst team flash we've seen thus far on
I might have
this.
Rengar with a nasty dink on him. He's playing. Bones takes down Solstice, and it's all up to Rengar.
Yeah, that is absolutely tragic.
Take that L.
Warren G farting, and the other two behind Durmax Danger, victims of that team flash that sadly blinded his whole team. And honestly, that should have been a like shooting fish in the barrel, but I really think that flash actually kind of ruined that for the Dragons. They are kind of unfortunate, no doubt about it.
Yeah, I think they were expecting maybe a mid rush rather than an A main, but I mean, it is what it is. They got one out alive. He still got a kit, helmet, and Kevlar with a rifle, so it's not the end of their days. It's only 5-5. They can bring it back up 7-5. Must be a C, an interesting buy here, even though they do have money for either a force or not. Looks to be a couple of rifles. A full buy for the T side. There's going to be another 2-1-2 split on each side. Bones breaking the mid smoke just to see if he can get a peek and get a little cheeky with it. Rengar holding that off. Bango trying to push. He's got Space Monkey. Not quite. Probably hurt him. He's going to drop. They're definitely going to hear that. And the flash comes in. At least 3. And they take down Ernestic and Rengar. And with a double on Solstice, it's all up to Bango now. And they're going to concede this site for now. They'll have to play retakes. Will they play retake? And it looks like they are going to just tuck their tails between their legs and save again. Just try to save up to see if they can get a 6.5. I don't blame them one bit. Bones. Nasty peek. And he goes down to Warren farting. That's a free AK for the CT side. And it's just going to end here. 6-5 in favor of the Ooze crew. Nice little comeback. Not necessarily the score line that you want to see from T side on Anubis, but not bad nonetheless.
5-5 scoreline, though.
And they're hunting. They're going to try to see if they can get him with a nice quick push towards B site. X Factor gets punished. Ernesto takes one. Warren Farty takes down Ernesto. And that's another kill from Space Monkey.
You need that AK so bad after that round. That's absolutely tragic. But something that happens, I mean, you have 3 there. Your retakes have looked great. Obviously, the numbers weren't in your hand. But I will tell you one thing. Losing 2 of those AKs there is absolutely tragic. Look at this buy coming out from the Dragons.
That is tragic. The minute you hear them plant the bomb, you give up sight and immediately go to save mode, and you have nothing to show for it. Absolutely nothing. That is heart-wrenching for the CT side. Typical util coming out on both sides. Cheeky spams through the smoke. Nothing to fruition. Looks like it's going to be another solid B hit. The A gambles might not work out towards the CT's favor unless they decide to rotate. It doesn't look like it. Oh, he heard them. Ernesto gets a trade on Ragnar. That opens up the site. They're going to go, and then, yeah, it's going to trigger the rotate through mid and CT.
How overreactive this team is. They're not. That's kind of where I'm getting at here. But the Dragons are, they're still playing the game. There's nothing confirmed. They're ready for the high tier plays we've seen out of Ooze crew, but they're kind of falling apart here. There goes Warren.
I liked Durmax staying at mid, but unfortunately he couldn't hold it. Banga gets that nice kill and traded out. There goes Ooze crew 7-5 lead at the end of the half for the CTs.
Ooze crew coming in huge there, starting off 3 rounds down, a 3-0 turned into a 5-7. That's an absolute phenomenal half. It is somewhat expected on this map, but Ooze crew, I believe that they have what it takes to take it all the way. However, in a best of 3 like this, there's so much more Counter-Strike to go as we enter the second half of play here on Anubis. Dragons now on the T side, on their map pick, showing us what it means to really pick a map.
One of the maps of all time, most definitely. Now, I will say there was that one tack timeout whenever they were down 3-0. And I think it was the Dragons took the timeout as CTs whenever they lost that first round. Now, I feel like this pistol round is important for instilling confidence and just executes for this new half. Now, if you lose this, do you choose attack to gather yourself and say, hey, like, we're now
not
down.
Not until the rifle round, not until the buy,
not
unless you're forcing. Look at this from Ernesto. Not a lot of impact being found from these pistols, unlike the DRG pistol round seen before. Bones finds 2, and Durmax Danger can't get up. Warren G cleans up nicely. 2 players trapped in camera. Not a good look when you have this smoke, and I think they are aware of this, but no one's watching it right now. They're leaving the door wide open. Space Monkey finds the space. Now you have 2 players trapped in heaven. 1 player made it through, and no one's getting the kill. Finally, Solstice comes in huge on Space Monkey. Warren G farting. Gets the kill, and Dragons have shown that they have the ability to bring back this game into contention.
Warren G really pulling that round through with 3 kills. Pulled through whenever they really needed it most, bringing this to a 1-point game. 7-6, Ooze crew up by 1. Really interesting to see. They've got, let's see, 1, 2 AKs, 2 max, and a Galil. So it's a very strong round 2 buy on this half. And it looks like CT's also going to force it up with 1, 2, 3, 4 4 SMGs and a Deagle.
Look at this push straight through Canals. B-side's been completely open. I think Warren's going to activate here. Sorry, it might be Durmax. They're going to know how many players walked out there. Durmax finds the space, knows the player's trapped in dark. They're not even worried about Temple. They've seen this play, and they are ready for it. Look at this nade. Finds its mark. So much aggression from DRG here as they clear out dark. And now they're just worried about a standard post bend. Ernesto goes huge. Finds 2. This is not looking good.
3v2 cleanup going to 2v2. Evades the frag, but down goes Bones. It's a 1v2 on Bon Me. He gets 1. Gonna get the double? Oh, wow. Not quite. Nasty cleanup by Warren G, and that secures the round for the Dragons, tying it 7 apiece. And I will say, I do like Ooze Crew's initiative to push through, but I wish they had left 1 on site just to evade that B main rush.
It's a gamble you got to take. They were hoping for the early A action, early mid action, but it didn't happen. And it's the gambles like these that make maps like Anubis and Inferno and Ancient even, where if you have to make these guesses, make these gambles, you have to be prepared for the downside. And this is what it looks like. This is the downside. Only 3 SMGs, a Deagle, a 5-7 to work with, and a 3 stack of players on B.
Yeah, Bones already got a little bit of chip damage. Not too much to worry about, and there goes Space Monkey with a little bit more damage, both peeking their heads out. So now they're getting, this is even more info for them. See if Ernesto can get this. And he does indeed. That's a free AK if you can grab it, along with some util. X Factor and Gang gonna fall back to the site just in case for the exec. Bones taking some damage as well. Souls is gonna try pushing through mid, not getting anything, not quite.
I'm not loving how they're set up here. This is an easy way to get picked off. Not a lot of space found. Now, don't get me wrong. Taking the 1v1s with the confidence behind them, especially with some of the players on this DRG squad, they absolutely could find their way in. However, look at this push from Ernesto. Such a solid player on this Ooze crew team. Exactly who you want to have this AK. Bango finding space through B. Space Monkey goes down. X Factor in such a docile position.
Gang's all here.
Gets swung on. Look at that, though. The
On the
5-7.
cavalry. Can he get two? Not quite.
Good gun.
Ernesto gets the trade for Duramax, and they know he's going to be Canals now. It's all up to Ernesto with the Hero AK. Not quite. Dragons have put one more on the board. 8-7. What a great opening kill. And I will say, yeah, they lost a round, but they still made it pretty expensive for Dragons. They lost a lot more players than, in my opinion, they should have. Took them a while to even like get on site.
Yeah,
Making them
no
work for
doubt
their
about
money.
it. Dragons still though. I mean, we're up. They're up 3 rounds. They've been absolutely showing dominance. Just like, you know, I mean, if you're going to pick a map, this is what's expected. So we'll see if it's going to be like the first half where, you know, they won 3 rounds and now they're going to lose 4. So we'll see what happens here. A lot of movement in mid right here.
A lot of movement indeed. Still anybody's game. X Factor gets some chip, and he goes down for the count as Warren G gets the kill. Space Monkey gonna go ahead and try to re-swing him, and he gets caught outright from B main. Solstice grabs another kill, and they're just gonna go on full save mode here. Looks like Bon Me with a nasty spray. My God, I wish we had replays. I want to see that.
I'm replaying in my mind right now. Hold on.
Send it to me telepathically.
Yeah, I got you. Are you getting issues with the audio right now?
I had a little bit of a feedback for like a split second. Yeah, I'm getting issues with the
There it
audio
is.
now.
Yeah. It hurts. It definitely hurts. There's no doubt about it. Can't tell. Yeah, still issues. I'm not really sure what's going on.
The save hurts, but they still got 3 rifles.
I gotta take my headset off.
And actually gonna go for the full buy still. All 5 rifles.
Ladies and gentlemen, sorry for the technical issues. We're trying to figure it out as soon as possible.
I think we're good now.
Yeah, it seems like it's working just as Counter-Strike God gave and intended.
There's also some bad chip damage with the, and you still got the AWP.
Finally, op on CT side of play here. Finally.
CTs don't have an AWP.
Sorry, T side.
Let's say, oh brother. Warren G with the quick peek. Nothing coming in. Smoke off A main, and he'll back out. Let the CTs waste their util. Get a little bit of information here. Solstice holding this nice off angle with the op. I do like that angle. Not one I typically see, at least personally. Baiting the flash in. Gonna group up.
Trying to bait out this dark corridor as much as they can. Keep as many players that flash. Starting to draw them in, but with 2 players for mid, look at this. It's worked out perfectly. He moves over towards B.
It's also on me.
Down.
He gets 1, not quite 2. Duramax, very heavily lit, but he still stays standing. Got another plan in, and we'll see if the CTs decide to go for it or not. Might be playing for exits by the looks of it. Yep.
X Factor. This is a completely doable retake.
It is, but they're just going to tuck their tails between their legs.
But they
I don't think they realize that
Solstice
Solstice and Duramax are so lit.
Yeah, and another thing is you have to have the right positioning. And while it is doable with the utility you have provided, I don't think they're going to go for it. And it is the right call at the end of the day. Everyone's going to make it out of there. A great round found yet again for the Dragons. And this momentum has not stopped. How many tack timeouts have we even seen from the Ooze crew here?
Actually, now that I think about it, only Dragons have used a single attack timeout, and Ooze Crew haven't used any, to my recollection.
An absolute blunder at that. Look at these rounds from the Dragons. Just completely wiping them the first 3 times around, and then 2 bomb explosions. The saves are coming in. We're seeing full buys, but finally an op in play on Bomb E Bandit.
Hopefully they can make something work with this. Quick flash out towards Canals, but Bon Me's not going to see anything. Bon Me gets Rengar. So they know they're going to be playing towards the B side now.
Look at where the bomb is, though. This is all smoke and mirrors.
I love a good fake. I love a good fake. Warren G takes some damage, but still standing. Same with the X Factor, trading util damage. And they spot him out over at T stairs. They know something's afoot.
Oh,
Caught
wow.
with
That
his
timing
util
is
out and his pants down, but he makes that alive. How does that happen?
crazy. Bones is so low as well. This CT side has eaten so much damage here in this round. All that you really need now for success is to group up, hit a site, and it looks like they're looking towards an A split here. They're going to see maybe what they can find. But look, they're going back to B. They've made the call. This is now a B hit in motion. 2 going towards Canals with 2 players on the A side. This is actually the right call. Another player looking back towards mid and only 1 to defend this B site.
I think it's going to be split through the mid, I think. They're going to get caught out. Let's see if Bon Me can make a play here.
The right position.
Please tell me they're walking through the smoke. And they do. They get caught out, and Bango gets 1, not quite 2. Duramax's going to clean it up. The bomb will go down once again. And Bones and Ernesto, they've got a lot to work out. At this point,
this is some great mid-round calling.
Solstice just, oh my goodness, just putting the cherry on top with the op kill, and it's all down to Ernesto. He's going to chuck and run. And I don't blame him in the 1v4, but, I mean, at this point, how many rounds do you save before you just say, fuck it? Like, you've got to make the plays.
I mean, you always got to save. You always got to be playing the long game here. Even if it was 7-11, you are playing for that 12th round. You never know what could happen. Ernesto finding 1 there. Luckily going to make it out with just M4. No one seems to be in the right position. Maybe out of heaven. Oh, wow.
No.
Duramax danger showing him why you need more protection in life. And Ernesto did not have it there.
Such an unfortunate ending. And, you know, just whenever you think you're the lone save out of such a disastrous exec, just letting them walk through the smoke, having that 1 hero rifle, but no. They have enough to buy again, but their economy is pretty much non-existent at this point.
I think that we're seeing a fundamental flaw that you're going to see in a lot of Anubis teams, and it's being really, really capitalized on by this Dragons team. We're not seeing enough aggression. I don't think we've seen 1 information play this entire half. If we have, I must have missed it. My apologies. But Ooze Crew is not doing a lot to gain the information they need late rounds. They're not pushing anything. They're not exploiting the holes in this weakness. But look at the setup. So confident from this Dragons team. You got a player everywhere. Such strong water defaults here.
You're absolutely right. Besides, like, the round 1 or round 2 push it was towards the towards Canals, where they were caught out wrong, they haven't made any pushes or any info gatherings through B main. They've pushed through A main maybe once or twice just to, like, try to get something. And here we have Bon Me getting caught out again with the op, missing, not even getting shot off.
Oh,
Rengar goes down to Solstice with a huge play by Space Monkey for the double.
Everyone's getting caught out. We're starting to see, guess what? Aggression netting some success here, but with 2 players left, they're going to go for it. They got all the money in the world to work with.
As well.
But walking into an op, especially slowly, if they're going to try to contact this out, it's not going to work out.
They have to go for the double swing if nothing else.
This is the easiest shot on Earth. Oh!
And they do!
Oh, no, it is not good.
It's okay.
Bon Me stuck up and finally hitting his mark. I shouldn't have said anything.
It's the final kill. It's all okay.
That's on me. That's on me.
I mean, it's okay. 9, 3, 11. Not the worst in the world with ADR of 66.
It would have been
Ernesto, like you said before, 22, 4, and 14 with ADR of 117. And
I mean, yeah,
Warren
you
with
gotta
22, 1-12 with 111 ADR.
if you're an Ooze Crew enjoyer, you got to know about Ernesto, just the absolute glue of this team. I had the pleasure of watching Ernesto just absolutely ball out the other day. I'm actually not sure exactly who they were fighting against, but it was an absolute pleasure. Ernesto put up numbers. I believe they still lost. Don't remember correctly. So, with that in mind, look at Warren G. Farting putting up pretty much the same numbers, almost the same ADR, but you see a lot more impact found by other players such as Solstice. I mean, look at the difference between the oppers here on a map like Anubis. This is a map where you have to be so difficult to get past with an op. I mean, it really does come down to how you perform with these ops, especially on a map like this, how you're using the aggression, when to use it. And finally, I really feel like the Ooze crew are working together to figure it out. That last round, that push out of dark was something very, very important.
And now, if we want to talk about Ernesto, if Analytical is still right, which I know sometimes kind of goofy with the stats, if we are to believe Analytical, 1v1s, he's second place in 1v1s. Nage damage efficiency, second place. Support damage, second place. Third place overall for Premier. And kills, 2Ks, and assists. Top 10s and enemies flashed, 1v3, impact rating, and ADR. This man is a one-man army.
Forgive me. Who are we talking about?
Ernesto.
Specifically, yeah, Ernesto's an absolute unit. There's no doubt about it. A lot of these teams have a player that just brings so much impact, especially in Premier. They're at a level where these are like IM players, main players, advanced players. These guys are in ESA leagues, fighting it out, always playing, at high level Counter-Strike. So, I mean, Ernesto's definitely one of those guys that you're always looking to provide. Warren G. Farting on the other team, pretty sure a very avid Counter-Strike player, but this position is going to be spotted by Solstice. Maybe not. Walking right into him, but your teammate, Warren G, helping you out there. Space Monkey finds one. Duramax going for the spray, finding it through the smoke, and now Regnar holding it down from dark. There's nobody there. Both players in Temple pushed out, and now it is Bondi Bandit smoked off on long, a bomb down in 40 seconds of pain.
God, this is painful. This is just painful. You had the majority of the setup right, and it all just comes crashing down with like a terrorist side tidal wave. And all you can do is, I mean, maybe go for it, but it doesn't look like they're gonna go. Okay, a piece on Duramax, but it doesn't lead to much. Bombi gets a trade on Duramax, and yeah, they're just gonna get the trade and run. I mean, and at this point, you got to play for OT. Speaking of Warren Farting, he is 4th overall in Premier, second place in both impact rating and trade kills, top 10 in 2Ks, 4Ks, and cast.
What
Solstice is going to go down to the bomb. Not that
it's like watching two gods fight. It's a little peon. I feel like a peon. What about you, Smokey?
I feel what's smaller than a peon? An atom?
I don't know.
An electron?
I don't know. I don't even know what a peon is.
I don't know. My Louisiana education doesn't put that in my vocabulary.
All right, I didn't know that's what a peon is. I thought it meant like someone lesser in the clergy, but it actually has different connotations, and I won't be using it anymore.
This is going to be the aggressive play that we want. A push through B main, and it's going to leave Space Monkey out to dry. Arnessa gets a trade bomb me on Solstice. And now it's just a 2v4. This is the play. These are the plays that they've been needing to make 3-4 rounds ago. More util down. They've got the site on lock. Still a 2v2 split. Bond me with another classic Bond me miss. And it's all up to Ernest to defend the site. He hears them coming. They've got the bomb. Gets one, not quite two, and it's all up to Agnar. He's got the site to himself for the time being. He can get the plan at least.
I think Ragnar could pull this off.
Very well could.
8 kills. Not a lot of impact throughout the game, but this...
Not quite. Not quite.
Ragnar's waking up, all right? If we know one thing about Ragnar, the rating and the statistics might not be the best for the Dragons, okay? But every player plays their part, and Ragnar's one of those players.
One of the players indeed, Ragnar, he is a rifler. It looks like 0.81 overall rating. Not the most impressive, but definitely has his fit in the puzzle. We'll see how the Ooze crew line up with this buy.
We sure might be waking up here. A 9-12 scoreline. I mean, this team has so many games going into OT. It makes you think if they wake up a little bit whenever shit starts to get real. And I think this is when you really want to do that. Typically speaking, as 9-12 scoreline is about when you're kind of like, okay, this is over. Or, okay, we got to go. Okay. And this is not a great start. X Factor finally fighting his way out of A main here, seeing Ernesto, and they were working together, but both players in Canals is now opens up a retake situation. Look where the bomb is, though. X Factor takes so much damage, but Ernesto comes clean on to Bango. Now, oh, that peek would have been so good. They're going straight to A. X Factor calls it out, trying to beat him there. And it is now a serious situation for the Dragons. They have so much space to work with. What was a 4v2 and now a 2v2. X Factor spots Ragnar, but Ragnar's going to shut down X Factor, finding that impact, waking up. And now all eyes on Ernesto, stuck in a 1v2 situation, the weight of the world on his shoulders. Can he beat this duo?
I love the double sewer post plant. I love it.
It is phenomenal, but with a smoke in play, things could go awry very quickly. Playing time to perfection is Ernesto. Taps, goes for one kill, gets it. No, he can't. He can't do it. He goes for a second tap. The nade comes through, and that is it. Dragons with a 13-9 finish and a phenomenal display of T-sided dominance.
Absolutely. They held their own on CT, and then they just wrapped the game up. Honestly, the score does not match the level of play. I feel like they were in a league of their own at this point. Yeah, they had some slips, but in the end of the day, like they just had the game. I don't want to say gifted to them, wrapped up like a Christmas present, but damn near.
Yeah, I mean, that was certainly something, Smokey. We do have even more, though, but, I mean, things aren't looking that good. You said that the Dragons were going to take a map, and I hate to go back to the quote-unquote bets we made, the guesses we made, but, I mean, what can I say? I don't miss, Smokey. I mean, that's really what I'm trying to say. I don't miss, and I think you're going to find that out in this second map on Ancient, where the Dragons are going to absolutely show out and destroy.
Go out and destroy. We will see. Next map is Ancient. Interesting map choice. Honestly surprised they didn't ban it, but you know, we'll see where things go. I'm sure both Ooze Crew and the Dragons have tricks up their sleeves.
Yeah, I mean, Ancient's a great map to watch. It's one of our favorites as the combo that we are. But you know, I don't think I've actually watched Ooze Crew. I've watched Ooze Crew play a good amount. I don't think I've watched them play Ancient yet. I think it's really just been Anubis. I want to say like Vertigo, I think. Or let me go look.
I think. Let me see. I think I casted their first game where they played against Ooze Crew played Dragons on Ancient, match day 2.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken.
No, you know, I did watch them. I did. And they won.
Yeah.
Yeah, against the Marksman. Bomby Bandit went freaking nuts. Not really seen a lot of impact out of Bonmi this game.
Yeah, that's very unfortunate. I thought Bonmi was going to have a little bit more weight to their name, missing some very critical shots. And
production, what did you say?
Yeah, Bonmi.
Oh, all right. Sorry about that.
Bonmi missing some very critical shots. I thought they were holding some cheeky angles, had some really good picks at some points, but there were just too many misses, in my opinion, to make it count towards the end of the game.
Yeah, no doubt. But you know, at the end of the day, I don't think it comes down to the opping of Bonmi in the rounds where we need a lot of impact from him. It seems like he kind of just got traded out. And if I remember correctly, I think there's 2 or 3 rounds there where Banh Mi would get traded out almost instantly after getting killed. And that's just unfortunate. Obviously, you can't win them all. But
Yeah, but I mean, if it's a
we're
trade, I'm not gonna be too mad.
yeah, right. You can't. How can you be? You got 2 more. It's a best of 3. You got plenty more to work with. Your pick wasn't first. At the end of the day, you plan to lose this map. Not really. You don't plan to lose any map, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Um, we're looking
it's not your
towards
pick. It's not the end of the day.
we're looking towards Ancient. That's coming up soon. Counter Strike Confederation. We're gonna head to a break. We will be back in
And welcome back to Counter-Strike Confederation. We are in map 2 in a best of 3 for the premier quarterfinals between Dragons and Ooze Crew. Apologies for the late start on map 2. Admins were not very favorable to us. Right now, Dragons lead. Dragons losing to Ooze Crew 2-0. It looks like it's going to be a mad push by the T's through the ramp, and it's not looking towards their favor. They're going to get bomb planted. They've got util.
A lot of CTs left, a ton of util to work with. This is absolutely doable.
The push was good, but they lost a lot of guys in the progress. Warren's down, and he's the only one that's gotten a kill so far, but...
The smoke is ideal. You absolutely want to cut off ramp, try to get cave cut off, and then this is completely doable. Look at that flash. That is just perfection. They can't find the kill on it. The spray comes through. Ragnar goes huge here. Now Bonnie Bandit gets hunted down, finds one. That is not what you want to see. The smoke goes down, and Bonnie Bandit's now going in. Going to be blinded by the flash, and it works out! Oh my God!
No! And instead of the roar of a lion, he comes out with a whimper like a kitten as Dragons get their first point on the board on a ninja defuse in a 1v1. My God, what a round. That was theirs to lose. I don't want to say that's inexcusable, but my God, like
it's pretty close.
It's tough.
It was pretty close. I hate to say inexcusable because there's 5 other players that died before they got it. 4 other players that died before they got there. However,
it's just a rough round overall.
Definitely. Look at this setup, though. 3 on B. They're very terrified. The stack is usually a good play. Warren G. Farting finds one. Dragons all relying on Solstice here. A great player to rely on. He is sitting in Temple with a MP9. I've never seen this. I'm going to actually start doing this. This is genius. He's going to wait for the player to walk right to his trap. Finds one. Goes for the second. Doesn't work out. Bango's in position, though, and the retake is ready to go. 4v3 yet again. Same thing as last time. A team that has been using retake utility, retake protocol almost to perfection here as Warren G. Farting is looking towards this donut. 2 players to meet him, though. Look at this, and the split is so dynamic. Warren G. Farting cannot comprehend how to deal with this. That flash is crazy. X Factor in such a good spot, and now they've actually been picked apart so well. Duramax Danger still waiting on the smoke. You need him to activate if you want a chance on this. It's not going to work out. Ragnar's fighting for his life. Can't get the second, and Ooze Crew show up nice and tidy and clean and nice and reserved and pretty.
I wouldn't say reserved. They push through that like a pin through paper. I will say reserved, I do like the Dragons being
stature.
I do like the Dragons being more aggressive on this CT side. They lost the round, but they're getting info, and they are getting opening kills. Unfortunately, it feels like they're just not able to wrap up the round as nice and cleanly as they should be able to. Gonna go for a 5-man stack over on this B site.
I like that flash. That's pretty.
Yeah, that's nice.
A lot of players in cave right now. No one towards A to stop this stack. This actually could work out for these USPs. That is not a good luck. Ooze finds one. Space Monkey spamming through with Volition. Warren G just has to hit one shot here to change this round, but a Mac 10 against Pistols is actually so good, and there it is. Finds 2 in 1 spray, or Nesto. Sorry, 3. That Mac 10 is just such an eco killer. Ooze Crew coming out huge. Almost works out for Dragons, but it's not going to follow through into a second round.
Yeah, nice aggressive play again from CT through the save round, and while it doesn't come out for them getting a win, they still get at least 1 kill, making the T's buy back at least 1 AK, make it a little bit more expensive for them than they'd probably like. Here we are, nice little mid setup. I'm so bad at these mid setups. I will never get this smoke down.
It's literally just a jump throw. Don't worry, Smokey. I'll teach you, and you'll be ready to go for the rest of your life. Warren G now walking out. He gets swung on. Crosshair placement almost as clean. X Factor gonna take him down, though. And this Ooze Crew attack on this B side has been so successful. Look how reactive these Dragons are, completely leaving the other side of the map open, but no one's reacting to it. Starting to find some space through Donut, and they're slowing down here on the B site. They're now leaving completely distraught. Ragnar's left in such a vulnerable position, trying to hold alone as this B site capitulation is bound to happen. Ooze Crew walking into a flash. Ernesto's going to call that comms, but with 4 players outside a cave, No information found on the A site. This is not good. You have to hope Ragnar can get 2. If he can, it could mean
At least
a
one's
win
rotating back
round.
in.
Here we go. Ernesto walks down to Ragnar.
That's
Takes
it.
down 1.
That's
Bango
2.
trades out a second.
Bango gets a double.
For Bango. Now Ragnar not finding Space Monkey, who could try to clean up. X Factor gets 1. Duramax danger goes for the second.
Duramax coming in clutch.
Yeah,
that walk
was
through the
awesome.
smoke was perfect.
That was close. That was close. I like how
That
close
was
this
close.
is. You know, that could have gone either way. It really could have.
100%. Ooh, the Ragnar sticker craft. I'm loving it.
Where was I? Missed it. Chat, clip that.
Come on, Ragnar. Bring out your pistol, baby.
Bring it out. Bring it
And
out.
He's just gonna finger fuck his knife.
Sorry, I just got stun locked.
Another aggressive CT push through mid. X Factor getting some chip damage on him. And Duramax getting
Look at Duramax
one
go.
possible 2.
I'm loving this aggression.
Not quite
Just
2, but it's a good
clean.
trade. Oh my goodness. Good, clean counter strike.
Oh, no.
Back
You
turn
didn't
and
respect the smoke.
Goodness. Gotta wait for the smoke to bloom. Still 3v3, still very doable. With the 2-1 split preferring Bravo site. Looks like gonna toss a nice little smoke over on Block Donut. It's gonna make their way towards mid, maybe, the T's. And do a little B split. Maybe? Biding their time. Everybody's holding their angles, seeing who's gonna blink first.
Oh, Salsa's just missing the timing so tragically there from Bones, who's ready for the peak too. Such a common opping position in late CS. And when I say late CS, I mean like late game. I mean like upper tier CS. Opping from short is so powerful, so common. Leaves you open to the rotates you need on this map. But with 2 players on B and so much mid space seated over, look, Bango's now going to be playing
Bango gave up the site.
If he could just get this one off of Cat, it would be worth it.
He's got him.
Bango cleans up nicely.
They'll have the bomb down, but CC's had man advantage. And Solstice can get this. No, he pulls a Bond me and misses. Ernesto's gonna fire him off, make him think about it, and an absolutely destructive kill towards Donut. My God.
Look at this. USP down. Solstice knows. Oh wow.
1, not quite 2. Bango on the
Finding
trade.
so much impact. It's
Come on,
crazy.
Bonnie. Don't miss this. And he's got it.
You know, the way you're talking about him, they're going to start calling him the Bond Miss Bandit, but until that day comes, Ooze Crew still dominating. And Bomb, I almost called him Bomb Miss Bandit.
Goodness, no. Bobby's 5-3 with AR-95. That's not the worst in the world. I do want to see an off on Bobby's hands. Preferably with the next round to get a chance.
I mean, I think not needed.
I'm ready to put the Junction Rocky, baby. On me.
I don't think there's a need for a Junction Rocky. He's playing fine. But the USPs, as they rush down the ramp, Bonmi is in contention for being absolutely bound on here. But one is bound, walks into the cross, and that's going to be an even trade. Not necessarily a clowning, because this bomb is now down on the A side. Only 1 AK to work with. It would be pretty insane if you could do so much heroics with it at this point in the game.
Warren's just going to save, and I don't blame him one bit. Others might go for a couple cheeky exits if possible. And they're going to push through A main. Right. Bones gets 1, gets both. Yeah, just play for an exit if possible. Save the AK. 2-6 at the end of this round. Not the worst in the world, but, I mean, at this point, call attack.
Yeah, attack isn't a bad idea at all. Look at that. The second USP.
Bango Bongo does not go to the Congo this time.
No,
buried 6 feet under.
But Warren's probably going to keep this AK. Actually, one fight here. Warren's going to find a little bit of extra cash to work with, and just barely. Almost seemed like a pre-fire.
Might have been. Good exit, though. Good exit. Get all the cash you can. It's going to be buys across the board for both teams. Bond me with that op in hand. Excited to see what they can pull with it. And full util And armor and rifles across the board for the CT side as well.
Yeah, 6-2 half. I mean, this is looking very good for the Ooze.
Look at that push towards mid. 3 of them this time.
I'm loving the aggression from Dragons. It just hasn't worked out too well. They've traded out way too much. Look at that. Bango's going to find one. They're up on Cat. They'll fall flat, though, but walking out into 2.
1v1 trades across the board. It's a 2v2.
Oh, Warren G just found a huge one. Now
it's
left.
on me.
On me.
Gonna save the op probably. Don't blame him one bit. Might go for a pick if possible. Bonmi does have the bomb and a full belt of utility, so they can make some plays with this. I want to get a little spicy.
Probably gonna want to change guns here. Same with the op. It's definitely a risky play. But with a lot of expertise, you'll see a lot of these oppers stay with it. They're confident in their abilities.
Full minute to work with. And nobody's...
see,
oh my goodness. The push...
He's making his way up the cervix of the map.
Oh my god.
Thanks to our production. Now, there comes the
no.
Missed shot. Switches to the Glock, but it might work out. Oh my god.
And he gets the Glock kill.
Finally switching to the AK. That jump,
that bomb.
That jump from Warren was so crippling for no reason.
I just got to hold a sweaty post plant.
Yeah. Look at this. Ring around the
timing. Yeah.
But it's planted for him.
Yeah.
You have to kind of expect.
As soon as he hears the tap, he can just unload on him. Bango does have a smoke, though, so he can try to go for a ninja, try to smoke him off.
Bango's going to full clear here, and then he'll expect that it's only from cave, only from ramp. I mean, you have 2 options, and you're definitely going to choose ramp here. Especially at this level of play, that smoke is going to be crippling.
Oh, my goodness.
Has to be perfect.
They can't find the bomb.
Yet. Finally sprang through, goes for the nade, but look at the time. He doesn't have it. Oh, and just barely. Bonmi will take him down. Bongo couldn't get it done. And wow, what a close round that was.
And here we come with the first tack. I don't blame him one bit. Down 2-7. Need to make something up. Got 3 more rounds to play with. Admittedly, money is not great. Looks like Warren's going to get a hero M4. Bango with an impressive 10-9, 100 ADR on the dot.
This is where you're going to have to turn it around if you're the Dragons.
Yeah, at this point, I don't want to say it's do or die if you lose the next couple of rounds, but and personally, I do prefer the T side on Ancient, but it's not looking pretty. I don't expect
for sure.
I don't expect you to win with just pistols and a hero M4, but you got to do something. You got to make it. You got to make it expensive. You got to get an AK or 2 and try to save this
stack here. This is actually ideal for this team. They've walked right into the stack. 2 picks found early. Solstice with a P250. They're not going to be expecting more, but Solstice can't find another. Bango missing crucial shots with this Deagle, and that will be the round most likely as Warren G is now left with only 15% health. He'd have to find just impossible kills. This is not going to be doable. He finds one, goes for the second. With so many players, so many bullets to work through. A 8th round is found. The stack falls flat, and the inability to hit crucial shots stuns the Dragons once more.
Yeah, just unfortunate. Chip damage at the beginning, and then just that mad push by the T's. Just a perfect execution. They open the site, force them back, get the plant, and then just force the hero to sit on site, and just unfortunately they do a triple dry swing and just take him out for the count.
Yeah, finally seeing a little bit of a different setup here. 2 towards A main's a little crazy. A lot of respect for this mid. I guess they know that Ooze Crew doesn't love this mid play, and mid is so crucial for Ancient, but when you've taken B the way you've taken it so many times before, look how much damage Space Monkey's going to find with that spray.
Solstice getting chipped too.
Yeah,
they're getting a lot of info from these spots. Bone's getting chip damage from the frag. Nothing to worry about. Spots his shoulder. He drops. They know they're there.
Wow.
Ernesto caught with his pants down. They're going to fall back.
Not respecting the push there, especially with the aggression you just saw, is a bit of a misplay. But I
On me,
doubt
doesn't
that it
matter.
will matter because, yeah, this is great from Bomby Bandit. This is absolutely
I don't know if they saw him.
tragic. That donut molly is actually so good. They've used that to bait out rotations twice. Sadly, it won't work because they know there's a player in mid.
Yeah, they must have
And
caught him just by the
they're
shoulder.
moving to retake. They're moving to play against it. And this is the moment right here. One comes out. He doesn't get the spray. An overreaction out of the strafing will cause his demise. But the
They're spreading out now.
Yeah, the B side actually might have just been cleared entirely. Such a hard counter strafe to hit there. The diagonal, not what you want. But obviously, Bones is going to plant default. The tap's coming from Ragnar. He can't get the kill, though. Smoked off the cave, and now walking in between the smokes. This is such a shit show that is unfolding here.
Play.
You're not going to expect X Factor. You have to. Solstice cleans up, and Bones can't get it done.
What a clutch by the
Wasted
Dragons.
smoke. Yeah.
Interesting choice.
That pisses me off. Does that ever piss you off? Just wasted util for no reason. You know, that's $300.
Yeah, that is
Somebody could have used
$300. Especially on a CT side where you down by 5 and you still have 2 more rounds to go. Your bank account is not that pretty. You've got at most right now 4,400 to spread across, and nobody has rifles besides the off.
Yeah. Absolutely tragic. You know, and the thing is, like, Smokey, are you the type of guy to round up your dollar at Taco Bell for the Freedom Something Foundation?
Do you think I'm donating my money? I'm on that DOD salary, brother.
Right. I'm not either, but I still hate what he did there. Throwing away that smoke. I really want to capitalize on that. I thought that was wrong.
I'm a util junkie. I am not opposed to util spams, but at this point, like the round is over. Don't go wasting your free money. And Space Monkey with the fire kill.
Blinded and faded to be dead to that molly. Bango's going to find Bones on the last bullet, and I believe Bango and Bones are actually on the same team during preseason, if I remember correctly. It was a pleasure to watch both of them playing at the same time. It is cool to see the polarity be snatched away as they fight each other on this day. 3-8 scoreline. Finally, the Dragons putting a little pep in their step, a 2v4 situation. And this is a great round to do it. Ragnar's so low, though, and Space Monkey is such a fragger. Most kills on this map thus far. Ragnar finds it anyways with such low health.
But now it's all upon me.
Oh, this is kill.
Oh no, the geometry.
You got CS, dude!
The classic CS2 geometry. I love Ancient. Ancient's probably one of my favorite maps. But
what? That's why you love it?
No, but the geometry makes util such a pain in the ass.
A blessing.
For nade bounces. The fact that it comes back at you like that, like a fucking gopher out of the ground, my God.
This happened to Anubis.
That's going to keep me up at night. Yeah, Anubis and Ancient are two of probably like the worst offenders of shitty map geometry, where you'll just be, let me bounce this nade around the corner. Anubis coming right back at you like a fucking Jack in the Box.
You know, and I hate to say it, that was a doable round up until that point. Obviously, you're being held by an op, but I mean, that molly will kill Ragnar there most likely. It's a team molly. It would have landed pretty outside. I mean, it's pretty unfortunate.
Out of the spot.
Yeah, and that opens up the site to be taken. You have 2 other players that are stuck in mid. But here we go, a pistol round in order, and they're going for a cave, a full cave. Maybe not. A cave default, maybe a cave bait. It's going to bring all the players over, and this is absolutely tactical. This is absolutely genius, stealing this one. Yep, writing that one down. Absolute great play. They've called the overreaction, and look how ready they are for it.
That is perfect. Absolutely perfect. They've already got the bomb down. And it's all just CTs. It's still a 5v5 with everybody at just about full health.
Look at this cross. Oh no, you got to get Bones there, Ragnar. You have to get Bones there. 2 players now misplaced, allows all of these guys out of CT, and this is not looking good. Oh, and a smoke to stop. Oh, no, this is not good at all. They're playing for these smokes. Oh, Warren G barely making it out of there. They just have to save this bomb. The smoke has worked. Look at the crosshair displacement, and it works out.
Just so
man. Quite. You need that pistol round so bad if you're a dragon, and getting it like that with such a great call and then almost losing it in the end. I mean, it just shows how this half is going to play out. I think we're up for an absolute barn burner of a match here. And
Like you said, an absolute shit show. My
yeah,
goodness. Almost didn't have
yeah.
that. And he had a kit too. He had kit. So he was just so close. Just a freaking beard hair away from getting that defuse. If they hadn't pushed that smoke, game over, man. And they're gonna go for another aggressive hit.
Wow.
Bango and Solstice getting one apiece.
Walking into the stack, and it doesn't even matter. That is
getting
crazy. Oh, wow.
More getting two. And it's
What a
all
great
for
call,
Bonmi.
though.
What an
by
excellent
Ooze.
call.
Yeah, I mean, they read the stack to perfection. They just absolutely fumbled it back. Tragic. Not sure where those bullets went.
They disappeared. Gonna get smoked off. Bonmi maybe playing for one more exit, but at the end of the day, you have to get it. It's gonna be a 8-6 round for the Dragons to come up one more. Nice little sweaty spot by Warren. I like that spot right there, waiting for the eventual rotate.
That is crazy. You know, I'm still thinking about that pistol play because I really have not thought about the genius of that. You do the cave rush because you beat them on the timing no matter what, right? You get the kill
100%.
there. You're expecting more players to rotate in the mid. So you're going to fight them with the 4 players that are in cave. Plus, you already have one player that went elbow, so you have a trade potential there no matter what by default. Also, you have a player to stop the push from mid, the early push, like the fast donut push. Anyways, listen, we'll talk about it after this game. But I mean, that I want to revisit round, what was it? Round 12, or round 13. That was absolutely an insane call. I've never seen that before, and I don't know why, because that is
This
so good.
Dragons team has played very effective aggro pushes on both of these first 2 maps.
Yeah, I mean, their aggression is just met with pure violence. And it's met with the Ooze Crew's inability to stop it thus far, but we'll see how they adapt. Look at Space Monkey finding 2. Can he find 3?
Bonmi gonna get the third. Bonmi does. Then gets trade on for Ernesto. Then getting 2.
Oh, man.
Oh my goodness, it's another 1v1. Duramax to the AK and Bones with the D.
Bones with the dig.
Little
Listen.
piece of candy.
One bullet for
Okay.
either. It's all about where you place it. And
Very true,
Duramax
very
danger.
true. I like Duramax just sitting here. He's got plenty of util.
Yep.
He's not doing any
Plenty of
cheeky
time.
peeks.
Nope.
Letting the CT stew in his own thoughts, you know.
Yep.
Is he making the wraparound? Is he gonna go for the
Oh,
the timing here. The timing here is
Oh. In trepidation, Bones moves towards the cave. But Duramax danger
no.
clears
He
so
clears him.
silently. Looking for this player. He knows now that he's CT,
He's got
but
his
with his
knife
knife out.
No!
Oh my god!
You had this!
This is absolutely
This is Counter-Strike. My god.
the 360 into the shutdown.
You had him
I don't
dead
even
to-
know what to say.
God, dead to right, and he can't even. Oh my goodness! Like, oh my god.
Yeah, I'm taking attack after that one and beating myself up.
I'm honestly surprised he didn't take a tag. I am very
How
honestly
do you?
disappointed.
No, you
Like-
just gotta focus. Like you're done. If you take attack there, you're done. Oh wow, and that aggression.
Ernesto with a nasty headshot.
I think Ernesto's. What has he been on the B site? Because if he hasn't, he needs to be. Oh god, and this cat aggression from Space Monkey.
That's a TK from Solstice.
No.
Bingo takes down Space Monkey. Nice little cheeky molly. Flush out everybody in the corner. Nobody's there. Bones with another peek towards alt mid from Cave. Bango goes down, and it's all up to Warren. Not quite there. And Ooze Crew gets another point on the board, finally bringing this score to 9-7.
I mean, I'm just shook, man. I really am.
Man. That's going to be a round for both teams to review in the demo after this. My God. And we see Dragons taking another tag timeout. That's a good sign. Collect yourself. You've got
so much going for you now. You left a 4-8 half, and
Yeah, the problem is look at their buy. They've got 1, 2 AKs, a Galil, almost. I mean, I don't want to say great util, but it's not the worst. 2 techs. You're gonna have to make a serious play with this, especially when CTs have 2 AKs. No, 3 AKs.
3 AKs, but they don't have heart
I don't
because it's been
know.
ripped out of them after that play from Duramax
This,
Danger.
this is their revenge arc, dude. This is their revenge arc.
Oh
On me
man,
13-9 with the ADR of 9-7. Bon Me's revenge arc comes here, comes now.
on
And the
me is
round begins. It's a 2-1-2
is
split for the CTs.
yeah.
Gonna be another mad dash, looks like, towards a B split.
They're mollying this jump up because it's costed them so much favorable early on. But Ernesto's now in such a good spot to slow down these players. Look at the space they have. I think they're going to transition towards mid here. You have 2 mid players that have just gotten smoked off. The flash comes out and mid control's been seeded. Now the option to split is fully open, but out from Donut. Looks like X Factor's actually going to ball off of that. They're gonna lurk through the
Pushing toward, you
smoke
got
mid.
2 push towards mid.
Yeah, this is crazy. This is very smart typically, but with the discipline that Space Monkey has,
They
to
heard him
go with
jump.
these players.
They heard them jump, I think.
Oh
No, and he still gets
no!
killed anyway. Oh no, that is just unfortunate.
Yeah, and this
You
is when the
had this
information
down,
plays.
too. Oh my
come
goodness, man,
out.
that's what they
Oh
called
no!
out. And he's
Yeah.
down.
Yep, this is it. They're playing for the info now. This is what you have to do. But when you have a team like Dragons that's just ready for it, you just get slammed.
X Factor with a classic Bon Me whiff. It's all the Bon Me Bones. Bon Me gets one. And Bones gets one. That's a 2v3. It's doable. And unfortunately, Warren G takes down Bon Me.
I love the cohesion from these teams, and they just look so clean.
It's
Dragons,
perfect.
yeah,
The
I mean they were in
Dragons
such a
have.
bad spot, and now it seems like they're here. It really does seem like they came to dominate today.
No, they're coming all right.
No,
They
they came.
They came and they're continuing to come in, dominate indeed. 9-8 the score line, and it looks like it's going to be an MP9, 2 MP9s on the CT side. It's going to be a little bit of a rough buy. They've got some util to work with as well. And then pretty much a full buy for the Ts. See how aggressive they get. Now there's going to be 3 towards A main, and it's just a single CT.
Ooh.
And he gets one X Factor with a nice headshot.
Yeah, Magnar's going to be feeling that one, that's for sure. Not a lot of rotating into the A here, but they're pushing the issue. That bomb is down by this A main. It seems like an A finish, and I don't think they got a good read on the adaptation that Ooze Crew has made. They're still playing as if there's 3
push
on
on
B.
mid. They're pushing
Yeah.
they've got 2 in mid all the way to elbow.
Yet no elbow control, though. So it's actually not as
Yeah.
crucial as you think. This is what you'd typically be expecting because they've seeded cat control. So they're going to be expecting a pretty heavy, dense mid here as they shift back over to B. They're going to have to play for retake pretty much from the ground up. But any pick they find will be huge for them. As the young Solstice, not sure how young he is, but as
He
the young
backs off.
Solstice pushes back towards A main, just trying to anchor down this area, look for any aggression. But why would you? You're up a player.
This is a good intel gather.
Yep, this is to take back cat control here, but you're losing a lot of intel. You're losing so much intel.
Oh,
Or
35
sorry, not
seconds
intel,
left.
util. That you need to take this B site. Look at this from Space Monkey. He's going to activate here. Warren has to be ready, but look at that. Just so ready. No matter what, falling down onto one of the players and doesn't get on me. That is not good, but they've left the A site open. Moving out is X Factor, the anchor, catching the bomb in
bomb
the
down,
hands.
baby.
Now Solstice would have to do something insane. Finds one, plants the bomb, but out from CT is Bones. Ready to clean up, and that's a 10th for the Ooze Crew.
That is a crucial round right there. I will say I like the Dragons letting CT stew in their own mess. They push towards elbow. They don't get elbow control. They swap back and forth between A, mid, then to B. And then almost a fake push towards B. And then just, unfortunately, Dragons aren't able to capitalize.
You know, one of the few times you actually don't want to really push for that information is when you have a player advantage, if you aren't going to do it. This is a map where finding information is so useful. But look at this, just such a fast, this aggression has netted them so much success before. Ernesto trying to buy as much time as possible. Finds one, Ragnar trades out Bones from a cave, finds another. Bonnie Bandits right next to him. The sprays coming through, and here is Bango. Has to get
4v2. It's gonna be a tough hold. They got one. They get two.
Doesn't know about from behind. But he read it now. Right. Oh my god, and Bango might just do it, but no. X Factor cleans out.
Man, that was almost there. That was almost there.
So close.
This Dragon aggression has oh my god, it's been impeccable.
Yeah, now, I mean, I'm loving the plays. It just seems like it falls apart with the protocol. Those two players towards cave, you know, you have nobody to shut down the rotation in from mid.
I'm not mad at them losing a 2v4. I'm just disappointed at their lack of cohesion on the post plant because they lost a lot of guys.
I think where this team shines is their ability to manipulate this CT side when they go for it. Yeah, the aggression plays, they work from time to time, but your most success you've seen so far up until this point has been picking and pulling away these players from the spots they need to be. And when you rush mid, when you rush B main, you get shut down time and time again. And yeah, this round is not looking good straight off the bat.
Yeah, nice little nade stack towards mid. Doesn't really net them anything. Bon Mi chewed up by the util, but still not dead. Ragnar down. I'm going to take some time to just do some comms and just cool things off a bit. Let the CTs waste their util while they have any left. If nothing else, maybe get a little cheeky towards A main.
Cat control has been absolutely removed here.
Yeah, they get smoked off, but they're just going to walk right through it. Crazy. Insane. X Factor 1, 2, 3. Give him 4, baby. Give him 4. Running through the flash, not quite. Bon Mi takes the last kill, and that's a 12-8 scoreline for Ooze Crew. Map 3 coming in pretty quick.
Yeah, and I mean, we went from Dragons absolutely clearing the floor to now it's shifted back into the Ooze Crew. And I mean, while I had full faith in the Dragons keeping it close, it's slowly been ripped away from them. I'm not sure how big their playbook is on this map. I don't think it's big enough as we are resorting to a lot of brute force plays here. We will see what happens. It looks like a cat control, maybe a cave in order. We'll see. As that molly goes out, it's going to stop any push. The spray comes through. Warren G in a great spot. Cave has been completely seated to the T side here. They cleared. They're going straight through. This is huge. Warren G has to pick that up, though. Yeah, they need to execute on this site quick, and it's going to happen. He knows now that there's 2A main.
Oh, no. Wow. Rengar and Sol's taking 2. That's the
Look at this.
That's a 3v4. Retake is possible. Bomb just coming down. They already got the rotates coming in. Duramax with this heavy lean in cave entrance. They might think more of it and just back off. That or delayed.
Oh, no. They've been smoked off. 3 players in the cave, all smoked off, and the flank's been removed.
Not checking his corner.
Knowing that he has to get to ramp, put some sort of a fight up, and they're going to make a save call, a smart one at the time, especially with the score. It guarantees you 4 fighting rounds.
Terrorists win.
That's going to be a nice win by Dragons. 1, 2, 3, 4 AKs kept. Only 1 loss by Warren. Not the worst in the world. They have money to buy him back whatever he wants. And the economy on the CT side, not looking the best, but they should be able to have a buy. Bon Mi getting a classic op. Full util across the board.
Well, where is he going to use it? Because we've seen a lot of mid plays from Dragons, but it's always been slow. It's always been reserved. It's always been to stop the push out of A main, stop the push out of elbow, because this is a really B-focused team, and if they aren't going to go B, they're going to utilize their advantage to go A late.
X Factor eating that nade, and it looks like Bon Mi's holding A main.
Fighting for cave this time. A little bit
not
slower.
Gonna give it up.
They might actually be looking towards A here.
I would think so.
So much support you feel from mid. You'd think they want to go mid a little late.
Almost catching Salty down to dry. lit hard. They're stuck between a
Oh.
rock and a hard place.
Bones knows how low he is. And a lot of players heading towards mid and B here. The A hit would be ideal this moment in time, but look, the late mid control is exactly what they were going for.
That is incredible.
So much
Oh,
utility.
No. Bam, through. Duramax gets some chip damage. And it's still a 5-on-5 with only a minute to go. Both teams biding their time.
Oh, wow.
And Ragnar gets first blood on Ernesto.
Yeah,
and that
they waited
opens
so
up this
long.
B site.
That information play from the best player on Ooze crew historically. A player that hasn't found much impact this game, as now they are quickly rotating over to this B site, but it's fully under control. Not a lot of util to work with. Ragnar can't find one. Space Monkey
Good trades.
takes
Good
down
trades.
Bango, but
Bomb's
with
not
only
even
one
down yet.
smoke on Warren, you'd think that it would be down by now. I guess they're going to use a flash for long control here. Warren really needs to get down this util. Chooses to smoke long. The flash comes out, and now they're leaving the door on short completely open. 20 seconds on that smoke. A close angle from Space Monkey. Will find Solstice.
Start the X Factor.
Oh, and it came down to that fight.
Oh my goodness. X Factor with a nasty double to finish out the round, and that is gonna finish it here for us over here on the second map. 13-9 in favor of the Ooze crew. What a game. Another fairly close one, met with aggression on both sides, but these Dragons, man, they've been playing hard, and I gotta give it to them. They are not giving up without a fight.
Fight indeed. That was definitely close. Dragons tried to bring it back there in the end. Pretty unlosable round. They gave up the long control. They didn't really utilize the flash to its full, the full oomph that flash can offer you. But I don't think that's what it really comes down to. We saw so many times throughout that game, so many opportunities that Dragons could have taken it. And it really is just unfortunate for the Dragons. But I think this next map, this Vertigo, will be an absolute barn burner. What do we see in statistics wise, Smokey, on this map?
On this map, let's see. Talking about this upcoming map on
Vertigo.
What are they playing? Vertigo. Oh, Vertigo. Oh my goodness. Let me take a look at both teams. I'm not sure if either played. Let's see. Dragons have not played a single Vertigo map this season. And nor have the Ooze crew. No, actually they played one against Owls where they lost in OT 17-19. So it's not a bad map for them.
Not necessarily, but what if it's a bad map for both Owls and Ooze crew? You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, you're not wrong.
And not a lot of practice on the map. I mean, it's if they're pugging and face it, it's a very uncommon pick to find yourself on Vertigo. So a lot of times you'll see a little bit of craziness or a landslide victory. I really couldn't tell you though, to be honest, where I think this is going to go. This isn't really an opera heavy map. This is definitely an interesting final. A lot of people hate Vertigo. I think it is not that bad.
I personally am a huge Vertigo fan. That being said, I'm a huge util whore, so I love just lining up smokes and mollies just to clear out a site or whatever. I feel like, yeah, like you said, opping it's pretty difficult unless you're like doing like some cheeky peek on ramp up or down to catch like a lurker out. But really, I feel like it's gonna come down to like individual fights, honestly. Dragons have been playing very tough. They've been playing very aggressively. And especially on T side on this last map.
Yeah.
And personally, whenever I'm playing on Vertigo, I like to play aggressively on T's, especially with like pushes through the short site around on ramp, not necessarily towards B, but sometimes even up laddered through mid, through like a mid split on B, or sometimes even on A through a mid split. And we're feeling if we're feeling it. But it'll be interesting to see. I feel like it's gonna come down to 1v1 individuals. Maybe someone that we haven't seen with heavy impact yet tonight shine through and pick up the dub for the team. Dragons are looking outside on the end on this, on the standings wise, so this would be a huge win for them if they win against Ooze crew. Ooze crew are second in the standings, so if they get this, it would be absolutely insane.
And they're already moving on to warm up here. I think they're trying to get this over with pretty quickly. I love seeing I don't really get a I guess I don't really look, but I don't always get to see the profile pictures of some of these players. But that Team Liquid one, I know I shouldn't even say it because obviously only we can see it. But anyways,
It's spooky.
yeah, it is spooky. It is definitely spooky. Oh man. All right.
Are you a Team Liquid fan?
You know, how can I not be when they're the only NA team worth a fuck? You know, and they're yeah, that's pretty much where that stays.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Don't
I'm
accept
just
it.
gonna say it. I'm not a big Team Liquid fan. I used to be a
Why?
big. I don't know. They just never really rustled my jimmies on
Okay.
just finding a team to root for. I didn't get back into pro Counter Strike until last year after
Mm,
taking a break from 2017. And I think I was just on. I think I just typed in HLTV just to see what games are going on, and I found. I think it was M80, a M80 game and a heroic game playing, and I just immediately latched onto M80. Now with this new M80 logo that they've done with all this modernization bullshit that a
yeah.
lot of teams have
I
been
think it
doing,
looks good.
I personally don't like it. I think it's kind of goofy. I think it
Okay.
takes out a lot of the heart of
Mm.
the team. I love the old M80 smoke grenade. Now it just looks NN80.
Yeah, but their
Coming out
uniforms
of
look better
toxic.
now,
Their
and
uniforms do look
before
good.
their
Uniforms are pretty
uniforms looked
fire.
worse before. So a worse logo for a better uniform, I don't know. It's kind of tough.
Yeah, and the
Are we
Bad
going
Boob
to
logo
break, by
change,
the way?
hate
Are
it.
we,
Yes,
or
yeah,
because I know they're about to start. So. All
yeah. Just, I don't mind. I don't mind. Just keep yapping. But
right. Well,
yeah.
give me 1 minute, then I'll be back.
Oh, Gucci. Ladies and gentlemen, we are about to start our third map in the best of three for this first night of Premier Counter Strike for the CSC in the championship playoffs. Map 3, Vertigo. Still in the warm up phase, and we will be right back in just a few minutes. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone in between. I'm your friendly neighborhood sailor, Smokey, alongside Molly and Mike and our lovely producer, Nexus. We are on map 3 in a best of 3 with Dragons and Ooze Crew for the premier level Counter-Strike quarterfinals here. This is the first game of many we will have in the near future. For the playoff system, we have it here at CSC, and it's going to be a very quick peek over towards on down lower B from Ooze Crew, not quite getting it. Ernesto with a little bit of chip damage, not quite enough to make it really matter. Warren G with a nice slow wall. Looks like Space Monkey going to get chipped.
Bango's 0 for 2 right now, looking for another off from Guardian. Comes X Factor, takes down Bango. Ragnar trades out. Solstice
No!
found and destroyed. Now Warren G farting from the flank. Duramax, Ragnar from the other side, and these clocks are just too abusive on this B side. Ragnar now looking for anything here as these players play post plants.
Bomb with a backstab from mid, and he gets the last two. What a play.
Things you love to see.
Wouldn't even think about another second mid push that early.
No, you wouldn't, and it's just not something that is very plausible. So many chances there to actually get a free kill early on. Bango sadly missing both of them in the early moments of that round, but we're looking at a full save. Not enough kills to justify that force buy we typically see in the second round of Counter-Strike, especially as of late in the meta. But here we go. A little bit of action towards side hall here. It's going to let one through, though, sadly. Orangey Farting is in a great spot to activate on this A site, but I think the comms are going to bring most of these T-sided players up on the B site. That is where they are heading. One player already hopped over the wall on a boost. It's going to be Ernesto, and they're starting to read out what's going on. They're starting to be worried. This MAC-10 is so good against these ecos.
The MAC-10s do shred indeed. They get a little peek out, and Ernesto takes down Warren, gets a double, and oh no, with the jump up, he gets 3 on Ragnar. Make it for 4. Duramax takes down Ernesto to end his streak, and it looks like the rest of them are just going to fall and save. Bonmi will get a very much retreating between the tail between his legs. Duramax, and this round is pretty much over. It's off the Solstice, see if he can keep his pistol. Oh, gets a dink, but it's not enough. Space Monkey takes him down, and that's 0-2 for the Ooze Crew.
And I mean, the fact that Solstice gets a dink there, he was off crosshair placement. Some of these players are just so refined mechanically. It's so refreshing to see, because a lot of times you don't really see that in this league. No offense to anybody, obviously, but it's something that takes years of time, a lot of practice, and it is just really refreshing to see the level of skill presented to us in this best of 3. We're at a 1-1 scoreline. The Dragons are struggling to find a pistol, something that's happened multiple times before. It's flipped back and forth both ways, and these have been nothing but close games. But I see two teams on Vertigo that know what they're doing.
Classic aggro play. Getting lots of information to get the opening kill, and they fall back.
And no space towards A is actually kind of crazy here.
Still more util, and they spot his shoulder.
Yeah, we found out. It's pushed out by the Molly. The nade support isn't there. He's pushed up the big box. Warren, or Space Monkey's going to pre-fire, actually. That is just phenomenal. Space Monkey's so aware. Another flash to work with. Mango hopping up on site. Space Monkey is undeniable on this B site. His pushes so clean. Now, Duramax Destroyer putting it on. And I'm talking about the show. And now the rest of them are in danger.
Happen. Might go for an exit pick. I don't think he's going to go for a full retake, all things considered. I don't blame him.
So is the 1986 the year of birth? Because if so, Duramax Danger might be one of the coldest 40-year-olds I've ever seen in this game.
My goodness. I like X Factor's solo hunt. I don't mind this one bit. Get the rifle out of the CT's hand. But it looks like Duramax is going to be able to hang on to this. I didn't get it.
Terrorists win.
They push through.
Do some exit action, and he'll
gets an
find
exit.
one on
That's
Space
good.
Monkey nonetheless, yeah. 38 years old, coming in huge in the late exits.
Man, if only I was that good when I turned 38.
In 1 year.
Oh my god. Okay, I'm not that old. 3-2 with ADR of 9-3, leading the team. He's currently putting on quite the show for them today. can imagine they can work with this. Looks like the solo hero M4 with Duramax with some extra util. Oh, there's going to be rifles across the board for the T's. Lots of CT util towards over on A side. Gonna wait it out. Space Monkey with a nice push. And Ernesto punishes Warren for the classic stack. Space Monkey finishes Duro.
Space Monkey is so confident on this map. I don't know if this is a vertiglobal or what, but Space Monkey is just like so clean against these players. Ragnar finding a free AK in the mist, in the fog of war.
X Factor.
Right up on Bengo. Won't be expecting it. Now Ragnar left alone. The bomb has been misplaced, which honestly gives Ragnar a fighting chance here if the hunt overextends. Look at that molly, though. That is a crazy molly. Yeah, that really is just such a knowing molly.
Man, someone check their PC for X-ray. I'm just saying.
Yeah, check him PC.
Down but not out. Ragnar with a little bit. He's got a molly for util for next round. He's got the AK, so not the worst thing in the world. Their overall economy looking pretty bad though. And the top players that we've been seeing tonight not looking too good. Bango and Solstice both 0-4 with an ADR of 18 and 29 respectively. See if Rengar can fight this push. You got to come from behind and forward. Ernesto gets the kill. That's 0-4 for Ooze crew, making this look pretty handily on their side. Ernesto 6-2-2 with an ADR of 159, and Space Monkey, another hard hitter, 5-3-2 with an ADR of 144.
You know, speaking of ADRs, I've been in a pretty dark place recently when it comes to, like, I don't know if you use Leadify, but
yeah, I do.
Yeah, I mean, Leadify will like tell you something and you'll be really sad because it's like, you know, you have the positioning of like 69 and utility of like 70, and then your aim's like 50, and you know, it's just really sad because you suck. But you know, I'm talking about me, of course. I don't think ADR really represents the full side of the story. Is the point I'm getting at. And,
oh no, it does not. It very much does not. You can be an absolute banging team player and have a low ADR. Bango with a nice aggressive kill.
I think a lot of times it comes down to the support players, and every one of these teams has someone supporting them throughout a lot of these plays. You know, like let's take Ragnar, a very, very good late round clutcher. You know, and I don't know if it's the IGL, but it's definitely Ragnar does a lot of the support work for this Dragon squad. Here we go. Ragnar, speak of the devil, and he shall appear. Bango ready to clean off the aim. Not exactly where he wanted. Solstice 0-for-2 on sight, and that tap from Ragnar is so clinical.
Like you said, Ragnar's the cleaner.
So is it Ragnar or Ragnar?
Reginald.
Old Reggie. And maybe it is, in fact, slime time. But I think right now the dragons are fire breathing. Because that last round...
Fire indeed. That was...
Ragnar was on fire.
Hell of a round. Looks going to be a more aggro push towards A through the ramp. Pushing very hard. Warren fighting for his life. Falling out through short. Going to get a nice quick volley out. Lots of util dumping on the ramp. Space Monkey first kill overall on Duramax.
Oh, wow.
Solstice with a nasty pick. Warren getting a trade as well. And those smokes over towards elevator not going to help at all.
Yeah, they're starting to second guess the amount of control they have here. And the late round calling, I mean, they're definitely ready. Look at this. Whoa, and Warren G almost finds both. That is just so tragic. Solstice still in the right spot to stop this. Finally, the player coming off of B, but working towards mid to look for any sort of lurk action. So disciplined this squad is. Solstice walking out to the op. 2 missed shots, and Opdal of the century. Now Ragnar is moving to flank. Such a smart play. This op is making its way towards Cat. Such a hard read, but the timing's not there yet. Solstice definitely capable of figuring something like this out, and that is tragic. crouching under the peak. It won't matter, though, as Bango cleans up the round. Banh Mi gets taken down, and a second one is found.
That was an excellent play by Dragons, too. You've got Ooze Crew pushing very heavy at the very beginning of the round, and then just bottlenecking right by sandbags, and the util dump just softens them up very hard on ramp. And then you have the two lurks from mid and opposite site just going all the way throughout, clearing areas, saying, hey, this isn't a fake. Like, they're just staying there. Might as well clean up. And they're able to hold their own on the site.
I'd say less of lurks, but definitely, yeah, no action for the anchors. Space Monkey, though, just an absolute monster entry so far this game. Working his way up ramp, trying to find anybody, any bites. And this is a very, very spread default here. Bomb leaning towards the A site. Space Monkey's found a lot of space. Funny enough.
I do like a spread default.
I like this. What is this? Oh, half. Okay. Half throw. I'm stealing that, by the way.
There's a lineup that you can at the very edge on the corner of
I was throwing it off of the scaffold on the left side, like I do a little walk throw and bounce off the top. Here we go. Warren G in a great position to stop this. Switches to the USP, trying to buy as much time as possible. No one really moving to help him though. The only other player is Durmax, and he is stoic. Oh, and and he could stick this defuse. He could hold it down. No one on site to stop it. And Banh Mi and Factor now mobilizing. Look at that. He catches a dink. So ready, Ragnar.
Absolutely
inching
crucial.
ever closer into it.
Banh Mi gets to spray. Now it's a 1v1. Plenty of time to work with.
Sicking.
Oh no, he thinks it's on the opposite
doesn't know.
side.
Oh, and there's no time.
Oh no.
And that is why communication is key. Map knowledge, all of it comes down to plays like that. Unavoidable. But so is leaving 3 players on site and no one rotating into it. That was a round that could have gone many ways, and sadly it went the worst one for the Ooze crew, and now this lead is withering up as time goes on.
Drawing out indeed. 3-4. Ooze crew still up by 1, but it's not looking pretty. Looks like it's going to be a Tech 9 with a Hero Galil, and they're going to push through mid like a couple of cracked out bandits.
Banh Mi bandits. Who's not Bond missing?
No, he's not. But it's going to be a okay corral shooting gallery over here.
Carnage is insane.
That being said, only 2 survivors on the CT side, so it's not a terrible save round.
Not terrible, actually, at all. It is a pretty ideal eco, to be honest with you. Things could be so much worse.
Yeah. Solstice does have a lot of money to work with in case they do lose this next round, but make it as expensive as possible for the CT, because as soon as you have to rebuy that armor and rifle, it makes it for a lot less money you get spent on util or for buyer for someone else that needs like a MP9 or some sort. Another quick push towards ramp, dare I say.
And Space Monkey has worked his way through these smokes, through this aggression every time. But not finding that kill is crucial.
The 3 stack. Gonna spam through the metal, not gonna quite take him down, but they've got util to work with, and they're gonna push it, push the envelope as much as possible. And that is a nice smoke up on headshot box. I gotta steal that shit.
Yep, there you go. Write that one down.
Write it down. Want the notebook. Nice little catwalk molly. Gets one through the smoke. Ragnar with an absolutely disgusting spray. Off to the next factor on me.
Oh, wow.
Gets one not quite good for with the transfer.
X Factor's been pretty dormant this match. We've seen a lot of potential. It just has yet to be unlocked, as now left in the 1v2 situation.
Yeah, got 50 seconds to work with, 45 seconds to work with. So they had some time, come up with a little bit of trickery, see what they decide to go with. I do like Duramax just playing patient, staying on headshot box, waiting for any sort of visual audio cue. Doesn't have the health to get some cheeky peeks. Bango's got rhyme out on the money. Nice patient waiting on the catwalk peak. That's another one for Dragons. Bring them up 5-4. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rounds in a row for CTs.
Yeah, I mean, this is a talk about momentum. Ooze crew are looking a little dead in the water at the moment. Dragons finally getting their wings out, getting up into the air here, and kind of just destroying these slimes who can't find the glue to bring it all together.
See if it goes before we
That
have her
nade is
push. Not
so
quite.
good.
Yeah, X Factor and Bones.
Oh
goodness. X Factor
my!
walking into the fire.
Oh my!
Not good. Oh my goodness, and you see how lit he is already. 14 hit points left. Solstice getting taken down by Space Monkey. Excellent peek.
You know,
At
it's
least all the other players guessing where they might be. Oh, this push mid.
It's interesting to note, though, like, that was pretty standard util for this B site. As X Factor creeps around, walks straight into the clothesline put up by the Duramax Danger. Warren G finding... Where did he find the kill, even?
He was lurking towards A site. Warren G with another kill on Bones. Gonna clean up on site. That's 3.
Oh, he's so ready for it, too.
And Warren with another kill. My God. Absolutely destroying it. That's a triple. That's a triple for Warren and a double for Duramax. Ooze Crew is getting the bomb down, sure, but these Dragons are playing retake games out of this world.
Been that thing. You know, there's something just encapsulating about a CS knife, you know?
Oh, 100%.
Look at that. Duramax Danger.
I wish I could put knife that nice.
Yeah, well, take out a loan.
Yeah, I'll take out a VA loan.
Take out a VA loan, and you're not buying a house. No, you're buying a
I'm buying a Counter-Strike knife.
Yep, a factory new Karambit Blue Gem. That's what you're buying.
Yes, sir, indeed.
Look at this. They're going for the boost here. It seems like getting prepped for it at least. That nade is going to catch a little bit of flack on the bottom. Space Monkey's found so much space through a ramp here so many times. They call him the Space Monkey for a reason. No, it's not because his head is so high up in the clouds. No, it's instead because of the amount of room that this guy can find. Look at that Molly. Look how much he's secured here.
Ramp.
Yeah, A is now a door that can be opened and manipulated and abused and manipulated.
No.
But with
Solstice on Ernesto, and that opens up the door for them for rotate.
It does. Stranded on this island here. The A ramp has never been so uninviting. Warren G pixel peeking towards platform, goes for the peak. Spray can't find its mark, and now rotating out of Cat. This is a 4v4 on site, as clean as it gets. First pick wins, and let's see who gets it.
It's got to be a quick one. They've got less than 30 seconds left to plant and set up a post plant. Smoke spams don't go through. Regnar is lit. Duramax goes down. So does Warren. Space Monkey gets traded out, and it's all up to a 3v2.
Army Bandit, look at the util they have available. Flashes, smokes, all of this to work with. So endemic to a winning strategy, and now Solstice will find the information he needs to make the right decisions. The smoke will go down. One player left on this T side, and it's Bones, but it's not enough. And a 7th round in a row for this Dragon squad seals their fate as an absolute demolisher of morale.
A demolisher indeed. You had the site set perfectly. I wouldn't have waited maybe until the last 35 seconds. You get the whole CT. As soon as they had lost that pick towards on the B site, you have to push towards A, because that invites them to say, hey, we're here. We're ready to rock and roll. If you can come out with 7-5, I would consider that good. But if it's going to be 8-4, that's going to be looking pretty rough under Ooze Crew coming over to CT side. Not impossible, but rough regardless. And that util is absolutely killer. X Factor goes down. Space Monkey getting sprayed. And the CTs are looking for better or for worse. Peak of the cream of the crop. Solstice taking some more chip damage, but that's fine. Ernesto and Space Monkey seeing better days. Cheeky op shot gets nowhere. Space Monkey and Bango both getting trades.
These are the two players you want for this.
These are. And that is a nice, quick peek. Then he hides in the smoke. They don't even know he's there. Just waiting his time. Oh my goodness, this could come out.
1v2, Space Monkey has to find this diffuser, but with the
no.
smoke down, and 8 is
Darn.
secured. That is absolutely tragic. 8 rounds lost to nothing, to
God.
4 earned early. That is
How
such
many-
a morale hit.
How many defuses have they had where it's been takeable?
I mean,
At
it's come
least
down to
3.
1v1s, 1v2s, 2v1s. I mean, it has been so close, and I really would not knock this game out of contention for Ooze Crew. This is definitely something they can bring back, no doubt. This is a close map. I mean, an 8-4 half on Vertigo. Either way, this is rarely a disputed map. A lot of people believe in T side. However, look what Dragons just did on CT side after losing 4 in a row. They found out quickly. They adapted quickly. Imagine if Ooze Crew can do it faster. This is the map to do it. This is where everything comes down for all this fighting. Comes down to this best of 3.
It's all now. They either deny the plant or get the defuse. They pretty much, in my opinion, they can lose, but they really shouldn't lose this pistol round.
I mean, Bango's trying to just go for pre-fires there, but they've called the bluff. They're ready for this B hit. Look at the rotations coming in early, and after that shot confirms it, now they are in fighting form here. Playing around the edge, but when Bonmi can't find a thing, Ernesto tries to clean up the mess, and now a 4v4 situation waiting on the flank from Space Monkey, who bides his time so carefully. Just needs to find one here. And Durmax Danger trying to deny that it's gonna happen. Bengo gets another. Ernesto can't figure it out. Bones cleans up one, and now it is falling apart for these Dragons.
Oh
Now
no,
1v3,
it's
Bango with a P250. He has to hit these shots, but it's not happening. And that's going to be the Ooze Crew fighting back.
And the Ooze Crew can breathe a sigh of relief. They've got money in the bank now. They can buy up, try to see if Dragons decide to force it here or not. Don't necessarily have to with a 3-round lead currently. Looks like Warren's going to go for a Galil buy. And 3 Mac 10s and a Tech 9. They're gonna be playing aggressive, I do believe. We've got another.
Aggression has been the name of the game on this Dragons T side, but something the Ooze Crew can do very well is figure it out early. He saw his head there.
He didn't see his head.
I don't think he knows. He should have. But that distinction is something that marks a high-level player. I wouldn't be surprised if Factor barely missed it. That is a hard thing to see. That flash, he immediately checks it out. It might have been something he did see.
He probably realized that as soon as he crouched back down. He's waiting for the util to come in, though. They're just playing mind games at this point. Let the CTs use their util and then do a little fancy execute. Warren G with a nice little peek on mid, not letting himself get too exposed towards the CT. And that's a dink against the X Factor. The sprays catch 1. On me getting 2.
Stoically defending this B site and holding down their lead into this second half here. Not a lead in general, but a lead of rounds 2. Off rip, denying a force. The plant can't go down, and now the Dragons in a interesting situation.
Interesting indeed. They have not much money across the board at this point. It looks like there's going to be a couple deagles, and they'll just play it out, see how it comes. Looks like a couple of 3 SMGs and only 1 M4. But they're going to play aggressive towards the bottom of the ramp. Both teams meeting head on.
Taking so much damage.
Oh my goodness. Util damage are going insane. Ragnar and Solstice taking very much shit damage. Space Monkey getting one through the smoke. Yeah. Let the rest of the team just kind of poke around, get info in case if we try to get a cheeky lurk. They're just going to stay down towards the bottom of the ramp. Yeah, they'll just wait the timeout. They got over a minute left. No worries.
I feel like I'm hearing a noise. Is it Solstice spinning his deagle?
I think you hear that as an observer, but you can't hear that in game.
Yeah. I just want to make sure that's what it was.
Oh no!
Oh!
No! Solstice catches him out with his pants down. The smoking headshot. Oh my goodness, that's gonna go in the highlight reel for sure. There's still one more short, one more mid on ramp, and they can. And it looks like they're gonna rotate towards B site. Ernesto with the waiting util. Flash out, nothing seen. At this point, you have to go for the plant. You got 15 seconds left.
15 seconds. But I mean, they're hoping for just a little bit in this save round. Finally, they emerge into the fire. 3 rounds found for the Ooze crew. Dragons are going to have to figure something out because this has been quite the stoic showing from the Ooze crew thus far. But much like last half, I'm seeing a similar scoreline. Maybe on the 4th, it will be their last.
We'll see. 7-8. Dragons sell it by a 1. Looks like going to be full buys across the board with the exception of Bones and Ernesto, both with MP9s. A little aggro push towards mid, getting some of that aggro util out. Make sure Warren doesn't push too far. Don't want to get too much information. Some smoke spam through bottom of ramp to get some chip damage. Ragnar and Space Monkey trading util. Solstice with a nice little peek. And Bango. Oh, and X Factor just absolutely eats the nade. Warren G gets doinked. He's almost down and out for the count. Still very much a very doable 4-on-5, but
I think we're starting to get feedback again.
yeah, I'm getting feedback as well.
Yeah.
Durmax getting chipped away. It's going to be a quick mop up from Bones. It's a triple. It's all up to Solstice. Can he do anything? He gets 1 on Ernesto. He gets 2 on Bones. And it's a 1v1. He's got the bomb. He's got 35 seconds. But X Factor knows he's coming. Just a matter of the timing. Oh no, he's gonna. Oh,
Wow.
It's
a fake.
incredible.
But the stick this time allows X Factor so much room
He's not gonna realize it's
to
right there.
move.
Oh my goodness, the ring around the
Discipline
rosy.
you need.
Oh my goodness, an X Factor clutches up.
Wow.
My goodness. And the spam to boot with both primary and secondary weapons. Oh my goodness, you love to see it. This is peak Counter-Strike. This is toe for toe, round for round, pound for pound Counter-Strike. Ooze crew with another round on board, tying this up 8 apiece. My God. And that brings X Factor up to 6 assists, 9 deaths with ADR of 68. Just one more and we'd be saying nice. A crazy across the board still for the T's and
bringing it back. This is around the time they found out whatever they needed to find out to win some of these rounds. Finally seeing a lot more progress towards the A site. Might be why they're executing so strongly. This team works well with aggression in mind, and with Solstice operating against space like that.
Snake gets the opener. Not much more you can ask for. Spam not going to work out for Bond and me, but we can still wait. Ernesto gets a nice kill over on Warden. Bango getting standing over on the site. Not quite. Bones getting chipped, but not quite down for the count. They're playing ring around the roasted again. Nice trades on Durmax and Ernesto. Solstice with the walkthrough over on Catwalk. Oh no, and Bones catches him out. Ragnar with the trade and another 2v2.
Ragnar.
Oh,
That
no.
Molly could do it. Oh, and it pushes him out right into Bango, who's ready for Ernesto. So low, but no offensive util to clean up the job. Now a 2v1 situation. He doesn't see him peek out, and he's ready. There's 2 angles to look for. You have the time, and Ragnar shuts him down for a 9th round, and finally a show of force from the Dragons, which has been so absent up until this point.
Honestly, if I'm the Ooze crew, I might honestly take attack.
I would take a lot more than we have. That's for sure.
I'm genuinely surprised neither team has taken attack this game.
Have they not? It says they have on the
Have they?
overlay, but I don't think they have. I don't remember them doing it.
I don't think they did take attack. Very more towards the ramp. They're going to hear that. More util dumping. Spams through the smoke.
Ragnar just cleaning up the
goodness.
catwalk there. Space Monkey just shutting down, and this A site is the key, and they are the lock that is forcing its way onto the key. But look at that
through the
spray!
metal!
Oh my God, Solstice is about to walk right into Ernesto, and he's gonna find him. But look at that, the bomb is over here. Ernesto could clean up. He could finish this. Bango's so low and worried about it. Oh no, this has been a horrible misplay here. Switching sides, switching with Duramax. Are they going to go for a double fake here? Back towards A, draw the players away, bring out the low health Ernesto. No, they're going to go for the boost. That's exactly what they're going to go do.
That's smart.
And if you don't know how it works, first player gets up high, second player sits right behind, and the first player jumps backwards onto the other player's heads. It's one you don't even need to crouch for, believe it or not. Very useful boost. Allows such good sight lines, but expecting quad here this late in this game, he's going to hear that drop, and he definitely did as that rotation's coming back through maze, through CT. He's worried about mid. You can see just by the way he's moving. Yeah, he's going to get cleared. He's going to get cleared.
Oh, no.
Yup, and that's going to be possibly the round unless Bon Me Bandit can do something crazy like a nade from the top ropes, but it won't work out.
Oh my
And Duramax
goodness.
shuts down for another round on the board. This game is just heating up. It's 4 rounds, then 8. 4 rounds, now 2. Will they make it all the way? They only need 3.
Just a slight different angle on that nade, and Ooze crew have it.
Yeah, I mean,
If he's able to get just the one nade kill, just mop him up with the AK. Oh my goodness.
Certainly
a valiant
close.
effort, all for naught.
Yeah.
8-10, Dragons leading by 2.
Oh, they love B. They love A. And there still
They
hasn't
love
been an
A.
adaptation. A little bit of aggression towards mid, but I don't know if it'll be enough. Not a kill found this time, but it is an eco round that they're working with.
And that's missed by Warren. By Info Gang.
Wow. Ready for the aggression.
Yeah. They're going to slowly back off. Looks like they're going to go towards B, maybe? Yeah, it's going to be a mad dash to the B site now.
X Factor's going to be calling this. The audible definitely coming through. X Factor rushing to get in position to stop this aggression.
Get the timing on it.
I don't know about that one.
Ernesto gets one, but traded by Duramax. It's up to Bon Me and Bones.
Oh, CZ's not the one you want out from that angle.
Yeah.
Duramax.
Pocket AK does nothing.
Bango finds 2. A nade finishes him out. Tough.
Tough indeed. And still no tax. Buys across the board. T's full AKs, and it looks like CTs have 1 MP9 and full M4s. Belt full of utility.
Finally a good
And
buy.
a single kit. Final, but only a single kit, too.
I mean, I see a world where Ooze crew can just work their way out of this rut. They're not adapting. But guess what? Finally, 3 players on A. Plenty of util to stop the aggression, but Ragnar. Now, you got me calling him Ragnar now. Damn it. Ragnar finds one blind.
The classic Dragon aggro play strikes again with another first kill against the CTs. They have had nothing to show for these aggressive pushes. Yeah, they get a trade or 2, but then at the end, the T's are able to just quickly rotate. Space Monkey going for aggro play towards the peak over on lower mid towards the B site, but they're already at the ramp. They've got to go. Warren on top mid. X Factor all by himself.
Ready for this B hit. but everyone's through. Space Monkey's actually going to catch him. Pretty
He
vulnerable.
might catch him
here.
with a
This is
util
gonna be a huge
out.
play. Oh, that flash, that team
The team flash.
Oh,
He gets
no!
one. He gets two.
Oh,
The triple, not quite. X Factor cleans it up after Space Monkey gets a double, and it's all up to Bango and Warren. Bond me, X Factor, Ernesto.
Warren's got the trump card here, though. If he could just find the kill in, I
no.
don't know if Ernesto was looking at the map. That is a huge blunder.
A
Bomb's been
1v1, the
claimed.
CTs have the bomb. Oh, no, and Warren with a classic.
He's coming to shoot that body, too. What?
My God. I don't blame him one
dude.
bit.
Can we put both these teams in a VC after this game and just let me be a fly on the wall?
Oh, my goodness. 2 flies on the wall. Count me in, brother. Now we've got a desperate buy to save the game, force it to OT. MP9's across the board with a hero M4, belt full util, and again, just one kit to spare between all 5. Dropping the bomb for an aggro push. Oh, yeah.
Up to this point. Look at that flash, though. Most of them
Good
dodging.
flash and eating the nade.
Ernesto's so clean with it.
Another
one
flash
goes
for it.
out.
Ernesto eats his own nade, and then he's going to go ahead and back off. I need to push him too hard. I like X Factor's hold right here. See if they try to do another pump fake on A. Or through mid. Slow rotate. Oh, no.
Wow.
Nice
They've-
re-swing and hit. Nice
They made their
re-swing.
way into Ernesto's domain. That's what
X
happens.
Factor not quite with 2 either. Oh.
Yeah, not what you want to see on an MP9 full buy round.
Yeah, but
And you just keep letting them do it to you. With 4 kills, with 1 MP9, you might as well throw the AK off the ledge because that MP9 is your salvation. Ernesto finally stopping that aggression, finally stopping that roll that was going on, a 12-9 scoreline, and finally some momentum found for this Ooze crew. Big slime time.
slime time indeed. They've got to have 3 perfect rounds. More kits across the board, thank goodness. I was getting kind of sweaty for a second thinking about that. 2 AKs, 3 AKs, and a couple of... an MP9. It's not necessarily what you want to see when you score lines at 12.
No, and 12's, I mean, really, the smallest mistakes can absolutely ruin this. Factor's going to hear the drop, but he's not going to check out the boost, which is very interesting to me. Space Monkey's going to get one blind, and this aggression's going to pull a lot of players off, but take a notice how slow these guys are moving off of A. One staying on. No confirmed players upstairs on B yet. Why would you rotate?
Yeah, no need to at this point. Just try to play for peaks and play for any info that you can gather at this point. They didn't throw that much util.
They're so worried about this A.
Yeah. I say they played aggro on ramp so hard. Now they're just gonna float in nice and quiet. 4v4 very much doable still. Nobody sandbags, they can flush that out.
Call's going to come in.
Yeah, Bond me and Don's gonna call the rest of the team in.
Still not leaving this B side.
Bond me with a nasty headshot. Bones gets trickled down, but he's not dead. Takes one out with him. And it's off to Solstice, 12 HP in a dream. All for naught. Ooze crew clinging on for dear life. 10-12 is your score line.
You know how much I'd love to see an OT?
Oh my God.
Can I talk for? Would you mind if I just yapped for a minute or two? Listen,
Yap away.
if this game went to OT, my desires. Let's talk about filled. I'm talking like cream donut filled. Okay,
Cream donut.
a best of 3 that goes to OT for the playoffs of the highest tier league that we have to offer.
Oh my goodness.
We don't even have to talk about it. We don't even have to talk about it.
It's happening.
It's over. It happened.
And I think if we saw right, one of the CT players has, I think, 300 util damage. Or one of the players does. Oh
Wow.
my goodness. Bond me with 318 and Bango with 335. Those are util stats that I aspire to have every game.
Because you can't do it with a gun.
No, sir, you can't. And that's why I'm a support player. Give me a bunch of frags and flashes. I don't want no AK.
Well, lot of speed toward this A ramp. They might be going for the beans yet again, finishing out strong here. So many bullets. That's going to give away the location, at least 3. But look at this. Solstice is going to hear that rotation off. This might be huge for a late B hit. Bones is trepidated. I think that's a word. Ragnar trying to spray through. They are just trying to show presence on this A side. I think they actually want to end B here. That's why this flash is coming out from the mid player. Mid's been given up. No one to probe it at all. X Factor with a molly that'll touch and tinge the ends of Solstice's little toesies. And they have a boost this time.
Yeah, the boost is there, but no one's here to peek it.
Yeah, no one to use it. It leaves 2 players vulnerable, and this B hit actually might be what wins them this game. They just have to find Ernesto. But Solstice is deciding to switch sides. He was mindful of the boost last round.
So it's a fake to A, then a fake to B, then a double fake. So it's a double fake back to A from ramp?
It's an Alexi B masterclass. Go A, then go B, then go A.
I'm wondering if they're just trying to, like, force the CTs to waste their util. They're re-rotating.
This is huge. Going side all is so smart.
Oh,
Such
no.
a game-ending move.
Themselves.
They just have to catch one player out, and when you miss the spray, Warren G cleans up. Space Monkey tries to throw the molly. This bomb is going down. Ladies and gentlemen, what could be the end? A spray from Space Monkey, a return from Warren G, and a 3v3 on your screen. As Space Monkey looks for another, blood is in the water. Warren G sitting on ramp. Bango trying to support his teammate. Warren G can't find the pick, and Bango goes down now. Just Warren G finds 2 from the bottom of ramp. 13% health against 12. The tap comes through, and that is going to be it. The Dragons winning so valiantly.
You could not have called a closer game, brother. Oh my god. I thought it was going to go to OT. You couldn't have scripted this better if you had to.
I wrote a damn good script. Let me tell you.
Oh my goodness.
Let me tell you that I wrote a damn good script, okay?
I'm just here to follow and read, brother.
And ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed that game. That was certainly something to watch. What an end. What a great call from the IGL of the Dragons. I mean, you got to save something like that for the very end. I mean, that was a beautiful call, a great play against all of these plays we saw from Ooze crew, and it takes something like that to come out on top. I really enjoyed that last game, and I think we're gonna have actually someone to interview here momentarily.
Yeah, I think next is gonna get Solstice on.
Yeah, we're gonna head to break. Are we gonna head to break? Yeah, we're gonna head to break, and then we'll be back with an interview. After that game, we can talk to the victors, maybe the losers. We'll figure out what went wrong there, what went good. Ladies and gentlemen, welcoming Duramax Danger 1986. Great year that was, but a great game that was. Duramax, how are we feeling after that last game?
Good. I'm relieved we closed it in regulation on the third one. I did feel like we had it in the bag the whole time, but we kind of just got a little 40 chess in our heads with some of the last few rounds that we were trying to call, but we just outshot him in the end, so that was good.
Yeah, I mean, statistics wise, you definitely outshot him. That's a great way to put it. But talk to me about some of those calls. I'm not familiar with the IGL of the Dragons. Does that happen to be you or?
No, so I wish I could say it was, and I get the IGL debuff, excuse, but
Yeah.
no. So Solstice is calling for DRG in
Okay.
CSC, but Bango and I play on an ESEA team together. But
Got you.
Kami
What
and
league, if you don't mind me asking? Which league?
division or
Yeah, division. Sorry.
both of us are in IM, so both teams
Okay.
are in IM.
Not bad. Good to hear. Hey, we can tell.
Yeah. So I messed up his name. Warren G is in a team on ESA with Solstice as well. So
Okay.
it was a little bit of melding, like two different styles of play.
Yeah, of course.
But we kind of knew that Kiri's team, otherwise known as Bonmi Bandit.
Yep.
We know how
is
he
that who
plays.
that is? Okay.
Yeah, that's Kiri. So we know how he
Okay.
plays.
I've watched Kiri before.
He's methodical. He understands the game pretty well, and he knows how to call based on map control and pulling rotations and stuff like that. And we melded our vision and kind of pulled it across the line with that way, I think, pretty well.
Yeah, I thought it was beautiful Counter Strike. I have really no complaints there. Talk to me about the Ancient though. What do you think went wrong? What do you think? Went right when
I
it
think
did go right?
probably it's just really mostly on me for my performance in that game. I like Ancient a lot, and I know how to play it, but I was really just not like there. I was just really unfocused and kind of trying to do everything and nothing at the same time. So
Okay.
probably mostly down to me not getting some key kills that could have swung things.
Okay.
But I think we still got it pretty close in the end, even though I think it was like what 13-9.
Yeah, it was a close game. It definitely could have gone either way at one point. I think it kind of slid away from you guys towards the end. But so you mentioned something about not being there. Maybe things weren't. But I remember on Anubis, I'm pretty sure there was a point where you did something the round before and your teammate shot you. I want to say that was one of the games. I don't remember if that was you specifically, but yeah.
Maybe might have been me. I don't know.
Okay, all right. Well,
I'm not sure. I
Yeah,
felt pretty good on Anubis. I mean, I'm not a huge fragger on that map, but I just felt
Yeah.
like we were getting pretty good timings and some key kills on the site anchors that gave us the sites to take Anubis pretty easily, to be honest.
got you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think
So
we had a pretty good CT as well.
What led you guys to choose Vertigo as opposed to some of the other maps? For both teams, it's not really one of your poster child maps that you see mid-season or really at all, but it's during these best of threes that we see them come out. What really led you guys to choosing Vertigo?
Yeah, me and Bango specifically really feel comfortable on that map. I think both of us, it's probably like one of our top 3 maps that we like.
Okay.
So no discomfort there from us.
Okay.
But it's always just a little bit tricky, kind of like slotting in different people that you're not used to playing with all the time. So, but with that said, I think it's a really simple map to do kind of what I talked about earlier, which was just pulling rotators and taking space, being quiet about it, faking, really simple map to do that kind of stuff. So
Yeah.
Speaking of faking, that last round on your T side that last round on Vertigo, it seemed there was a double fake. Y'all pushed towards the ramp, then over towards B site stairs, then back towards ramp. Was that just like a play in the moment kind of thing, or was that like a premeditated like strat that y'all wanted to pull out?
It was like a last minute kind of pivot back just based on something that we felt we gave away. So we just kind of, I mean, to be honest, I kind of just hijacked the call and I said we should do that. And I don't think it was necessarily like right or wrong. It was just kind of like, we just need to make a decision.
Crazy call, by the way. Going the side haul alone was perfect. I mean, it split them up so well. You caught the timing on the mid rotations. Both of them were going back to go and probe mid, and then it worked out perfectly. I mean, what a great call. I'm not sure. I mean, if it's luck, if it's just hey guys, let's just go side haul. It worked, and it won you that game.
I can tell you, awesome. I think the reason I called for us to go side haul there was because we had keyed in that they had just dropped off of a boost. So we knew that they'd be an elevator.
They did. They just got off of the ramp boost.
Yeah. So I said, let's just contact this. We'll actually get those kills rather than going up ramp. We wouldn't necessarily get that information or see them.
Wow.
It's just kind of like, okay, well, we know they'll have backs turned if we contact this probably. So it worked out that way.
Wow. I mean, yeah, what a great game. Any closing words, Duramax? You got anything else for him, Smokey?
No, just I did. Oh my goodness, your aggro plays over on the Ancient map and towards your pushes over on Vertigo, impeccable. Was it your plan to push more aggro on T side for those maps, or was it just kind of like
Yeah, on
Hey, let's
Ancient
do
especially.
this.
It seemed like you guys were very, very heavy on the hit hard and fast, especially at B ramp. There's a few times where you do it through mid.
Yeah, I think we were a
Lot of
little
cage
disjointed
control.
on some of our ancient stuff, but with the way that they were playing their CT side is very in the meta right now. So just kind of spamming the shelf takes, getting that lane control made us either have to commit to retaking the space or commit to going somewhere early. And I think we were kind of frustrated and just felt like let's just like go bang it out up the ramp or go out A or just scale past it, out elbow or whatever. In Vertigo, I think you just can't really sit back behind the actual contact points very much on this map, or you'll get nothing done unless the CTs literally just kind of jump down at you. So you really have to take the initial like kind of valley A ramp control at least, and you need to go for the B stairs control as well. And if you just have those two things, it's really up to you to kind of like find out where you get a kill, and you can either go there, or if you're taking some time, you can just come back and hit the other site. So
Yeah. Good reads all around. Duramax, you have anything you want to say to the Counter-Strike Confederation community? Any words? It's all a lot of shooting of bodies during that game. Anything you want to say to the other team, to anybody that supports you, your fans, whatever it might be?
no, I've been advised by my lawyers to not speak.
All right,
Advised by his
Duramax.
lawyers, he says. Don't blame me one bit, sir.
Well, we really appreciate you coming in here. We really enjoyed the game, and good luck for the rest of the playoffs. I hope that I have the pleasure to cast you guys in the future. And it's like I said, man, you have a great one, and thank you so much.
Thanks for doing all the support, guys. I appreciate it.
Of course, our pleasure, brother.
Have a good one.
You too. Thank you.
What a nice guy. Are we interviewing more?
Great guy.
All right. Well, that's going to be it, ladies and gentlemen. Smokey, why don't you lead us out of here nice and quick and clean and tight?
Nice, clean, and tight. Yes, sir. For all you lovely ladies and gentlemen out there, it has been an excellent night of Counter-Strike as we kick off this first round of eliminations in the playoffs. I am your friendly neighborhood Smokey, along with Moldy and Mike and our lovely observer Nexus. Hope to see you next Monday. And if we should, our B stream is still up with Copy Pasta and Marksman, I do believe. We also have a B stream up still with the elimination rounds going on, or a second round of eliminations going on as well for the Premier League. And I think that should be it all on the primary stream. Like I said, I'm your friendly neighborhood bottom fragger Smokey, along with Balding and Mike and our lovely observer Nexus. I hope we all see you later tonight for the B stream and next week for the next round of playoffs.